Howdy, hello, and welcome to you. Final home game of NC State hockey. Drew Blevins alongside of Nick Sinopoli as the NC State Wolfpack prepare to take on the Elon Phoenix in their final ACCHL game this season. Nick, senior night for four very special players for the NC State Wolfpack. Set the table for us.
It's really just, a tune-up game going to the ACCHL tournament. But, of course, this is big for the seniors. You got Dan Weaver. You got Reed Farad, a lot of guys back there. This is a kind of emotional night for them. It's been a big 4 years for them for NC State hockey, and it's kind of coming to an end right now. But it's exciting for them because they get to prepare for this ACCHL Admirals Cup tournament and hopefully bring home the championship for their team.
Seniors for tonight are Dan Weaver, Calvin Stone, Reed Farad, and Mitchell Gallagher, all of whom will be honored in the pregame ceremony, most of whom will be starting tonight. Before we get into the actual matchup, though, we do need to look at the ACCHL tournament. NC State will play on Friday. Right now, NC State is the 4 seed. If they lose tonight, they will fall back to the 5th seed. But here's the catch. Regardless of if they're 4 or 5, the opponent will stay the same. The Charlotte 49ers await the NC State Wolfpack in Charlottesville in a rematch of last year's quarterfinal. This year, though, the 49ers and the Wolfpack have played a whole lot closer. A 2-2 tie in Charlotte when they played at Extreme Ice Center, and a 4-3 win, and a big one at that for the NC State Wolfpack the last time these two teams got together in Raleigh. Once again, a third matchup awaits. NC State has won the last 5 against the 49ers, but this one's looking like it could be a really good hockey game.
Oh, yeah, I think this is definitely the toughest matchup for NC State to really have going into the tournament, and that's including, teams like the Cavaliers and teams like Wake Forest. But where NC State stands, it really proves a difficult matchup because, as we've said before, it's really tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season. And really, the 49ers, they've been playing good this season. 5th seed, that's one of their better seeds they've had coming into the tournament. So I like what I've seen from the 49ers. They play a physical brand of hockey, and that bodes well for them if they're going to end up playing against NC State come tournament time.
If NC State wants to hold the 4 seed, they're going to have a win here tonight. They've got the Elon Phoenix on tap. It's been a long, long time since these two teams have seen each other. You got to go all the way back to the 1st of October, which was the last time these two teams met. 4-0 win for NC State. That was also the game that Will Bieberdorf went out with his concussion. This is a very physical Elon Phoenix team under the tutelage of Paul Cormier. Physicality has been NC State's weak spot. They don't like two-man puck pressure. They don't like being hit, which means Elon is going to have a slight advantage, at least in that department. What else are the Phoenix doing well?
I really like the guy in net. Langham right there, he's having a great year, averaging, a surprising 2.27 goals against and a 93% save averages. He's one of my players of the game. You got to watch him. One of the storylines tonight is going to be goaltending versus that front line of Banashevitz, Bieberdorf, and Jimenez. It's going to be exciting to see which gives away right there. If I had to give the edge, it'd definitely be to the Wolfpack. But the defense the Elon Phoenix bring to this matchup really is one of the biggest storylines for them.
Certainly is exciting to see Colin Langham once again. He's been one of the better goaltenders for the Elon Phoenix all year long. Of course, that goes without saying, though. Michael Sabetic has also been very good. If he were to have to come in at any point in this game, another very capable young goaltender, Langham will get the start. Well, we're going to step aside for a short break. On the other side, we'll come back, give our players and keys of the game. This is NC State Hockey on PackTV. Welcome back to the Iceplex. Drew Blevins alongside of Nick Sinopoli as we're coming down into the final stages before puck drop warm-up has just ended here. The NC State Wolfpack preparing to take on the Elon Phoenix. NC State coming in with a record of 10-8-1, and the Elon Phoenix coming in with a record of 11-13-0. Nick Sinopoli, what are your keys to the game?
For the Elon Phoenix, defense, and more defense. They don't really have a lot of offensive production. You know, we saw that the last game, 4-0, the Phoenix lost to the Wolfpack. So I'm definitely going to say play to your strengths if you're Elon. You want to really get some good. You don't want to have a lot of shots on net. You know, if you're Langham, you know he's had a good year, but they haven't really faced anything like that front line of Banashevitz, Beaverdorf, and Jimenez, basically all season. And also, defense on the defensive side of the puck. They really want to, clog the slot and give Langham some help because that front line, it's just tremendous to say the least, and they've been hot as of late going in the tournament.
When I'm looking at the Elon Phoenix, I think one of the major keys to the game is sticking with your game plan. Go out there and play physical. Knock NC State around. Elon's playing desperate. They're not completely out of the playoff picture yet. If they get a win here against NC State and a win against Wake Forest, coupled with a Duke win over North Carolina, Elon's actually going to find their way into the 7th seed in the ACC-HL tournament. So play desperate. Go out there and play like it's a playoff game because at its core, it is for the Elon Phoenix. What are you looking at from the NC State Wolfpack tonight?
For the NC State Wolfpack, you got to get Will Beaverdorf involved. We talked earlier this week that Jimenez and Banashevitz have a lot of cross ice passes this season. That's because Beaverdorf has been out of the lineup so much. They haven't been able to establish that chemistry. So for the Wolfpack, it really focuses on that front line. You need to get Beaverdorf involved in this game. While I think the Wolfpack will win this game handily, I definitely think there are some things they need to work on, and getting Beaverdorf involved in the offense is a big one.
I like that. I also think for NC State, what you said but didn't finish the point on was keeping all of your passes short. And that doesn't just go from the top line. It goes for every individual player that plays on this team. Short, crisp passes, because you are going to be able to outplay Elon that way. Tire out the defense. Go ahead and move the puck up to the forwards, who do have the speed advantage in this game, but I'm looking at keeping the passes short. Final question for you, key player for each team.
For the Phoenix, I'm going in net. Langham, he's having a great season. I think it'll continue tonight. He's got to hold the Wolfpack to under 4 goals if Elon has a chance. For the Wolfpack, I'm going with some of the guys on the back lines. I'm going with Ryan Kinney, maybe Jack McDonald, even Owen Drugan. Those guys are having great years right now. They've been in some supporting roles after that front line. I like what they're doing so far this season, and I think this is a great opportunity for them to really sharpen their skills going into the tournament.
I'm looking at Sam Sarath for the Elon Phoenix. He's been their main source of offense so far this year. If Sarath can put a couple of pucks behind Calvin Stone, things could get interesting, coupled with a good performance from Conald Langham. For the NC State Wolfpack, I've talked about him before. I think he's one of the most overlooked guys on this team. He's a senior. Reed Farhat, the defenseman, largely considered to be one of NC State's top defensemen, 1 or 2 regardless. He's one of those major players. Short, crisp breakout passes. Those first and primary passes coming out of the defensive zone are normally his responsibility. If he is able to make good plays from there, I think NC State could have some success tonight. Table has been set. Storyline laid out for you. Coming up next, it's puck drop between Elon and NC State on PackTV. Next. final time this regular season, we welcome you inside the Iceplex. Drew Blevins alongside Nick Sinopoli. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this one as the NC State Wolfpack take on the Elon Phoenix. NC State in their home black uniforms, red block S crest across the front, white numericals and nameplates, white and red trim. The Elon Phoenix in the white uniforms with a shoulder yoke of maroon, maroon numericals, gold and maroon trim. This is Reed Farad, one of the four seniors, sends a wrist shot weakly onto the net, back behind of Colin Langham, back toward the front. Bieberdorf was into vicinity, but he was knocked off the puck quickly by Matt Williamson, who is the team president for the Phoenix. Battled along the blue line, NC State will grab possession once again. Banishevitz wrists it into the zone off of the goal stick of Langham. Pippert back to grab it here for the Phoenix as he sends it all the way up, intended for Donato Tempesta. Jimenez comes back and grabs it, retreating into neutral territory. Drew Blevins for the last time here in the Iceplex, joined by Nick Sinopoli, who will be here for 2 more years, most hopefully.
Thank God.
Tempesta sends it quickly up and forward, carry into the zone by Kyle Amato. Amato's had a nice season so far, 18 assists, a majority of those going to Sam Sareth. Quickly brought back ahead by Alfonzetti. He's rolled out off the puck. Tempesta with a headman pass. Could be a chance here for Sareth. Shoots one. Calvin Stone got a piece of it with his toe. Sammy Sareth, one of the most deceptive players in the ACCHL. He'd be a real superstar if he had the major supporting cast around him like some of the other superstars in the ACCHL do. Sareth so far this season, 19 goals and 36 points. Alfonzetti could be a 2-on-1 as he crosses the blue line. Turns back into the corner. Passes across the way. And a one-timer. Scored! Ryan Kinney hanging out in the low slot area right on the side of the goal crease. Tips it in 1-0 for the Wolfpack.
You know, that was one of my keys to the game, Drew. I talk about some of those guys in some supporting roles this season for the Wolfpack, and there's 2 of them right there. Alfonzetti has been out the majority of this season with a shoulder injury, and there's Ryan Kinney, Captain Clutch I like to call him. The guy's got a couple of game-winning goals on his resume, and a nice one-timer right there in the lower slot. And you can't blame Langham for that one right there, Drew.
That is the 10th goal this season for Ryan Kinney. He continues his career campaign. Just been an excellent addition for the NC State Wolfpack. The assist will go to Tyler Alfonzetti, his 8th of the season. And the goal comes 1 minute and 45 seconds into the first period. The NC State Wolfpack off and running quickly. Back the other way comes Elon. Quick shot wide of the net off of the stick of Hayden Lowry. Quickly spun back toward the net off of the feet of Big John Coquelenberg. He'll take it and move it up and forward. Breakout pass runs too far. Kinney's back behind everybody. Langham out of his net. Sweeps it back along the dasher. It'll be chased into the corner here. Picked up by Dimitri Markin. Moves it up and forward into the skates of Lowry. Here he goes. Crossing the blue line. Wrist shot. Calvin Stone collects, and there is no rebound. 17:36 to go in the first. Nick Sinopoli, this hasn't been an NC State team that has necessarily started quickly, but the offense generates itself from the second line. 1-0 for the Wolfpack.
It seems like this is the first time we haven't mentioned that they need to get out and going early, and it looks like they're doing just that, right? Exactly just that, Drew, with a goal just 2 minutes into the game.
Here's another senior, Mitch Gallagher, backhands it in toward the slot area. Picked back up here by Steven Schwab. Up off the board, Schwab going out after it. Takes a whack at Lensmeyer, carried into the zone nonetheless. A quick shot on net by Pippert. He'll go chase his own rebound. Lensmeyer picks up the puck, sends it right back along the boards. Gallagher takes it up through center. Avoids a body check, but loses the puck in the process. Schwab sends it back into the zone. Reed Farad will go chase. Picks it up on his forehand, turns back up ice. Pass intended for Lensmeyer was chopped down. Big hit laid back behind the net by Drew Waitchen. Career Elon player, very good for the Phoenix. Lensmeyer buries his head crossing the blue line. Had a little bit of a support valve there from Kristoff. Picked back up and carried along by the Phoenix. Pass into traffic. Blocked down. NC State back to grab it. Dumped in by Waitchen. To the blue line, no further as Kristoff forges back ahead with the puck. Phoenix take it, sent back at the blue line. Could be a chance coming here. This is John McDonald, wrists it in. Drugan will get the breakout pass, and here come the Wolfpack once again. Eric Johnston carries across the blue line, dispossessed on a good defensive stick by Reed Klugler. Back behind the net, chance for the Wolfpack, picked up here by Elon, though. Breakout pass to Waitchen, smack back up the boards. Valillo will go chase. And we have a whistle as one of the officials is down on the far side of the ice. And Nick Sinopoli, I'm not sure if he got tangled up with a winger. Did you see anything go down there?
No, I didn't see anything. No player was down on the ice near the official. Looks like maybe they got tangled up and the official took a spill. And I hope he's doing all right, as head coach Mike Azzillo is the rescue crew.
That's never something you want to see happen. Officials typically involved in the action, but you never want to see them get that close to it. Mike Gazzillo ensuring that Stripes is okay down there. Sam Banashevitz in the vicinity as well. 16:06 to go in the first period here. Ryan Kinney has given NC State the lead, 1-0. Official seems to be okay. The faceoff will come back down to NC State's attacking zone. Well, I take that back here. They're actually going to usher the official off the ice, and we'll wait here for a moment.
Yeah, hope the ref's all right there, but
I've never seen anything like that, Nick, but we'll keep an eye, and we're going to step aside momentarily, take a quick break with the score: NC State 1, Elon 0, 16:06 to go in the first. Welcome back to the Iceplex. Drew Blevins alongside Nick Sinopoli. Stevenson, the official who just went out with an injury, has stayed off the ice, so we're going to work with a three-man officiating crew. Back toward the front of the net, right onto Stone, who had to be ready for it. Still had to stick long for him after the poke check. Wrist shot blocked down. Another chance back toward the net. Swept off at a stick of Donato Tempesta. Right back up the boards. Drugan retreats back for Valillo. Again, we didn't see the injury. What we can tell you is that Stevenson handed off his armbands to his linesman, who is Scully. So Scully will act as an official now. As a referee, I should perhaps say. Johnston crossing the blue line, has a chance with speed, shoots one off of the glove side shoulder of Colin Langham, and a good stop by the goaltender. Flown back ahead, a bouncing puck, could be a chance here, all the way forward, Tempesta, and a good defensive back check by the senior Dan Weaver. Johnston picks up the puck, backhands it right up and into the midsection of Connor McCormick. State on a second chance, bringing it up the wing side, cutting to the middle. Here's another chance for Johnston. It was Drugan rather on his backhand. Had Banashevitz in the vicinity as well. Flown back up, Drugan getting off at a line change. Weaver steps up to the red line and grabs it for the Wolfpack. Out wide for Bieberdorf, sweeps it along, loses possession, takes a body check in the process, and now we're going to see a penalty call. That's probably going to go against Will Bieberdorf for interference. Indeed, that's the call. Bieberdorf didn't play the puck there, instead opted to play the body, and that's a fairly cut and dry call for the officials to make as Elon will head to the power play.
You don't usually see that from the junior Will Bieberdorf. He's one of the smarter players on the team. Must have been number 6 Tempesta for the Phoenix you had a confrontation with, and he decided to finish it with a check. And that's the correct call, interference, and he'll head to the box for 2.
Penalty occurs 5:16 into the period. Bieberdorf off for interference. Good start to this dominant NC State penalty kill. State PK unit went 14 for 16 against the UNCW Seahawks. Just an outstanding number, of course, not an outstanding number of penalties. Back behind the net, it's controlled by John McDonald. He goes up to the point, he'll get it right back. McDonald, cross-ice pass, tipped by Kristoff. He could be off to the races. Kristoff chugging along. What an effort! Knocks the puck free for Brady Parrow,
who backhands it in further. The Mighty Mouse with an excellent amount of speed, killing time. McDonald will skate it back up here for the Phoenix. Crossing the blue line. Got a teammate calling for it. Refuses to give back. Toward the slot. It'll be held up top by Williamson. Sends it down low off the stick of McDonald. State to the puck, and they clear.
You know, right now, I like NC State's penalty kill, but the Phoenix, their passes aren't looking good. They're turning it over easily. NC State is just taking advantage of that.
Skated back up by Sam Sareth as he crosses the blue line. Good speed. You see he's on a different level. To the front, and a chance. Good shot block by Chris Wing, the junior defenseman, and swept back out to neutral ice. Wing's going to get it again at the red line, and he sends a nice lofted puck in. Sam Sareth, dangerous player for the Elon Phoenix, breaks it out. Skated quickly back and forward by Hayden Lowry. He dumps it into the zone, drawing contact with Eric Webb. Webb to the puck, shoots it up. It's blocked down on a good stick. Lowry's going to get it back again. Chance into front as it was hanging right around a stick of Connor McCormick, but he's dispossessed and back out to center. 10 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Wolfpack. McCormick straight back as he finds Sareth. Gets around Banishevitz. Here comes Sareth. 3 seconds to go to penalty. Shoots one. Calvin Stone denies him short side leg pad. NC State's killed the penalty. Perfect pass up to Bieberdorf out of the box. 2-on-1 defensively. He's got to hurry. Gets around Hayden Lowry. Loses possession of the puck. Matt Williamson out. Big hit laid by Bieberdorf once again. He's got the puck. Backhands it along. 4 Phoenix hanging out on the same side of the ice, but State can't spread it. This will be shot all the way down. Wide of the net. This will be icing. Good sequence for the NC State penalty kill. Sam Sareth with the best scoring opportunity of the game so far, but denied by Calvin Stone. And you really do start to see the speed, though, of number 9 there.
Oh, yeah, you know, Spieth right there, he's having a great season. I mean, he's a team leader. Sareth, he's leading the team with 36 points, 19 goals. You know, if he had a front line with him, you know, this Elon team would be dangerous.
Elon, as we told you in the pregame, not quite out of the playoff picture yet, but playing with desperation. They need 2 wins and a Carolina loss to make their way into the ACCHL Admirals Cup tournament. Connor McCormick back on the puck here, turns up ice as he dekes around Jimenez. Pass quickly up and forward and just wristed into the zone by Amato. State to the puck. This is Davis Hudson, just got his first goal against UNCW. To Jimenez. He'll come up the right wing sideboards. Dekes around his man, trying to leave the puck off for Banishevitz. Body starting to fly a little bit. Hudson sends it right back down along the dasher. Banishevitz back there, takes a shoulder-to-shoulder body check. Hudson holding the blue line again as he dumps it in further and takes a secondary check. Banishevitz gets a shoulder into the back of Andrew Kleinert. Could be a chance the other way. It's Pippert stepping in, shoots one. Calvin Stone with a blocker save. Elon to the loose puck. Back behind the net. Pippert sweeps it back in front. Here's a chance. Dispossessed. Jimenez onto the puck. And it's a 3-on-2 heading the other way. Jimenez. He's got space. Dekes around his man. But a great defensive stick by Elon. Back to the front of the net. Jimenez was there. And now we'll see a penalty. Sam Banishevitz getting rough. Unusual here. Fans liking it from the team captain. And we will see those two split up. Sam Banishevitz sticking up here. This is what you expected out of Elon. Mike Gazzillo talked to us prior to the game. Wanted to make sure everybody stayed safe, stayed disciplined. And we'll see matching minors going to Sam Banishevitz and Matthew Martins here.
Yeah, you don't see that often from 2 team captains especially, and Sam Banishevitz. But while Banishevitz isn't one of the biggest players on the ice, you know, of course he is one of the best, and he's not going to take anything from anyone on that opposing team. He's going to establish his presence. And, you know, you mentioned Gazzillo, and coming to this hockey game, he really wants everyone just to stay healthy. You've got 2 guys sent to the box right now that are crucial to your success with Bieberdorf and Banishevitz. The last guys you want to see get injured.
Elon might have taken an extra penalty here as Pippert's heading to the box. And they are going to get Pippert here, which means NC State's going to go on a power play. So this will be matching minors to Banishevitz and Martins. And I think Martins might have got an extra penalty, which means Pippert has to stay in to counter the matching minors. It is going to be matching minors for roughing and an unsportsmanlike given to Matt Martins. NC State, first time on the power play. Not a good start as it's broken back up the ice here by the Phoenix. Crossing the blue line. Chance to the slot. Rebound. Chance McDonald on the doorstep. Calvin Stone kicks it aside. Back up the ice. Alfonsetti skating to the loose puck, and he's got it. Crossing the red line. He skates around McDonald. Alfonsetti trying to go through the slot. Turns it back for Koeklenberg. John Koeklenberg, wrist shot through traffic. Blocked down immediately by McDonald. Bouncing puck heads back out to center. Dan Weaver onto the puck. Finds Alfonsetti, gives to Costigan, back for Alfonsetti. He's run hard into the boards at the blue line. McDonald got to stick to it and clears it back out to center. Not an excellent start to this power play for the NC State Wolfpack. You are starting to see very good puck pressure from the Elon Phoenix, though. It's a special thing when you can get this type of pressure against NC State. McDonald cuts down the pass, down low. Weaver lays the body check to knock the puck free. To Ryan Kinney, he'll skate it up ice and finds Alfonsetti. Costigan stops at the blue line, stays on side. State looking to establish a possession. Down into the corner. Tempesta sends it back up to the blue line, no further. Wing walks it back down the dasher. Taken here by the Phoenix, moved back up by Aiden Connerty. Connerty gets it ahead. Skated forward by Donato Tempesta. He finds Sereth one-on-one. Sereth grabbing the puck on his backhand. Shovels one to the net awkwardly. Rebound hanging out in the slot. State clears. Good penalty kill here. Matt Williamson for the Phoenix gives it along for Pippert. I apologize, they didn't get Pippert into the box. It must have been another 7. Elon's uniform numbers have been completely messed up so far, as the rosters that we were given yesterday do not match the roster that was given to us tonight. So we continue that sorting game as the puck heads up into the meshing and out of play. 9:17 to go in the first period. 11 seconds on the outstanding minor to Matthew Martins.
NC State right now, they haven't been able to set up their power play. They've had some troubles with that this season, and they really need to be able to set up that nice umbrella come tournament time. And, on the other side, the Phoenix, they haven't got off to a good start, haven't been able to establish their forecheck. They just dump it into the zone and then get off on a quick line change, just try to get off the ice. It's been a track meet so far, Drew.
Certainly been an interesting hockey game, not necessarily one that we thought we would see go this way. And the puck must have hopped off of Will Bieberdorf's stick, which means the puck heads back out to neutral ice. Langham gets it off at a face-off, wrists it all the way down. Goaltender doing a little bit of penalty killing. And NC State is 0 for 1 on the power play as Martins' surrogate comes back out of the box. And I think what we're actually seeing is Elon has actually dressed 2 number 7s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was definitely a 7 who just skated off to the bench.
I'm trying to look for
Charlie
number 7 on
Pippert's
the bench.
out here right now.
And I think I see a 7 right there on the bench behind Wajan. Yeah, there are 2 number 7s for the Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, this is a team that has, had some drama off the ice, and it looks like
that other 7's Brian Cassidy.
Yeah.
Face-off won by the Phoenix. Williamson sends it back up ice, touched along, shoulder into the back of Dmitry Markin. Markin grabs the puck again, crossing the blue line. He's on side, taken down, gets the puck across the way. Chance shot on net. Calvin Stone is prepared for it as Connor McCormick was hanging out in a high slot. 8:42 to go, and Stone's starting to get tested here.
Yeah, for Elon, they've had some opportunities down there, low slot, had some rebound opportunities, but no one's been there to send them home. And they've got to establish something right here because NC State is dominating this game.
Long shot off the crossbar! Nearly a tie game off of a shot from Dmitry Markin. Back up at the point. Here's a shot through traffic. A bouncer hops just over the stick of a couple of Elon players. Back behind the net, Connor McCormick gets his shoulder into Webb. Big hit laid by Markin as he went right after Webb. He's going to take a penalty for this. Another big hit laid. That one on to Valillo as the puck heads all the way down. And now we're going to see a penalty called here against the Elon Phoenix, and they might have gotten 2 of them.
Yep, looks like they'll take.
Dmitry Markin's going to be 1.
And Lowry should be the other.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
Actually, they'll be taking Markin.
Just Dmitry Markin.
Just Dmitry Markin.
I was about to say that was the penalty back behind the net.
I'm surprised
Lowry
they didn't
was skating over that way.
Yeah,
though.
not surprised. I don't know why they didn't get. It'll be elbowing against Markin, but I'm surprised they didn't get They didn't get Lowry right there for interference.
Good start to the penalty kill here for Elon as it's sent all the way back down. Number opposites working on each other. Beating Reed Farad to the puck was Kyle Amato. State recomposes and Farad brings it up and out. Across the red line. Breaks it into the zone. There's the short pass we talked about. He's going to get it right back. Farad across the ice to Jimenez. Looks across again to Banishevitz, and he fumbled it. Back up to the point with Farad. That's unusual for Sam Banishevitz. He's going to get it right back down here on the goal line. To the slot, a bouncing puck was chopped down on a good defensive stick from Elon's Reed Kugler. To the point, and Davis Hudson in a nice addition to the power play. Slap pass for Banishevitz. Sends one off of the stick of Andrew Kleinert. Bouncing puck. State holds the line again. Davis Hudson walks back toward the center. Steps in, up top. Banishevitz, wrist shot through traffic. Off of the skate of Bieberdorf, and Elon survives.
Now that's what I was asking for. That's what NC State needs to do. They need to be able to set up their power play, and they've had 2 or 3 opportunities right there.
Jimenez in the slot, shoots one. Good stop by Langham, and the rebound. He's got it too. Colin Langham, ever since giving up the goal on only the second shot of the game, has looked very, very calm and composed. Always dangerous when you've got a goaltender like that. 7:01 to go in the first period. 44 seconds to go on the penalty to Markin.
I was really surprised in the pregame looking at Langham's stats. He's only appeared in 9 games. He's 5 of 4 in those 9, and he's averaging 2.27 goals against. I was surprised by that. Joey Hall or Nord Calvin Stone have those numbers, and Langham also has almost a 94 save percent average, but I expect that to decrease tonight.
When I hearken back to great goaltenders in the ACCHL, you look at John Jackson at Carolina, Nick Camaras here at NC State, Andre Van Rynbach at Duke, James O'Halloran at Navy. I mean, so many good goaltenders, and they've had goals against averages like that. Quick shot in, Langham is there again with a goal stick. And you want to look at the reason his save percentage is so high. It's not a defense that necessarily stops shots from getting through to their goaltender. It's just they're keeping everybody on the perimeter. Langham's not the biggest guy in the world either. He's a native of Cumming, Georgia. Off the draw, Kinney shoots it wide. He's had a hot hand recently, which is kind of surprising when you think about it, though, for Colin Langham. Georgia hasn't necessarily been this bastion of hockey players, but he's proven to be quite special. Kinney at the blue line. Cuts in, shoots one onto Langham's chest. Fumbled with that one a little bit. Alfonsetti cuts down the clearing attempt as it's sent right back out by Dahl. Out of the box comes Markin. 2 for 2 on the penalty kill go the Elon Phoenix. Skated back into the zone and wristed down a little bit further by Connerty. Koeklenberg onto the puck here, pressured from behind into the slot. A dangerous pass, but NC State gets away with it. Pass goes up, intended to go for Costigan, who is behind everybody. Onside, and here's a chance for Waitchen on his backhand toward the front. He had Tempesta. Another chance. Dahl fakes the slap shot on the backhand, and it was off of the shin pad of Chris Wing. Other direction. This is Ryan Kinney. Good defensive play made by the stick of Hayden Connerty. Elon sends it back up on a bouncing puck. This is Reed Farad who grabs it. Goes across now for Weaver. Physicality reigning on the far side of the ice away from the puck. Sam Sarath gets it on a turnover in the neutral zone. Sarath dekes in across the way, wide of the net. Elon grabs it again. Sarath, high slot, shoots one. This one sails up and into the meshing, out of play. 5:19 to go in the first period.
Sarath's finally finding his groove in this hockey game. He's got a couple of opportunities, but, once again, we just see how crucial it is to have that supporting cast. I mean, he has Amato, he has Waitchen, but, those guys are nowhere near the skill of Sarath.
Long shot from Williamson, sticked aside by Calvin Stone. This is Mitch Gallagher, grabs the puck and spins it back, intended for Dan Weaver, picks it up, and NC State breaks it out. Gallagher with a long reach, up intended for Christoph, runs too far for him. Charlie Pippert sends it across once again. This is Sarath crossing the line, loses the puck. Christoph, the Mighty Mouse, sends it back up ice. Ryan Lensmeyer carries it across the blue line. Lensmeyer onto his backhand, gets around Williamson, who gave him a good shove at the end, knocks the puck free, and the Phoenix will turn it back in the opposite direction. Kyle Amato across the blue line, trying to do it himself, shoots one into the glove of Calvin Stone, and there is no rebound. It's amazing to me. You look at the development of Calvin Stone as a goaltender after the the ACL injury. A little bit shaky going from allowing 6 goals against the UNCW Seahawks, and now he's pitched 3 very good games in a row for the NC State Wolfpack, and he's the number 1 right now. To the front of the net, and a chance there. McCormick couldn't get a stick to it. Rode into the corner by Webb. Puck all the way up to the point. Block shot. McCormick right onto Webb once again. Backhands it along to the front as Lowry tried to spin it there. He'll come back and grab it. Lowry skate to stick as he turns it back down the dasher. McCormick onto the puck. A backhand pass to the slot. Intercepted by the Wolfpack. Breakout pass is tipped. Drugan at the blue line grabs it. Sends it up and ahead. This is going to be icing. His back is Kugler. But really, you do look at Calvin Stone as being one of those special players, and he's turned into one of those guys this year for NC State.
Before that ACL injury, Calvin Stone was one of the best goalies you've seen in terms of the ACCHL. But, yeah, he got off to a shaky start this season, but it really goes to show just how much you can progress through a season. You know, I really look at those Wilmington games. You look at the 7-6 win over the Seahawks and that 4-3 win. You know, he was crucial in that overtime win.
Well, I think even more than that, you look at the tie against Charlotte when you didn't have anybody there to help you out. That was a game without Sam Banishevitz, his first game of 6 out with his own lower body injury. But Calvin Stone drove NC State to a 2-2 tie, and right now that standings point is looking absolutely tremendously large. Intercepted, Pippert steered aside once again by Calvin Stone. Banishevitz back to grab the puck. Snap pass ahead intended for Drugan was tipped on the way through. Connerty sends it back up the boards. This is a good stretch pass as he has Martins. Sidesteps a hit, tipped into the zone by Dahl. Koeklenberg onto the puck. Dahl tried to knock the big boy, ended up taking the brunt end of that body check. Up for Jimenez, stretches out of his reach, misses the goal stick of Colin Langham, who thought he was going to draw icing, does not. Connerty across the way, he'll play pitch and catch with his defense partner, has to spin it out of pressure, 2-man puck pressure for the Wolfpack. A good job getting out of it by the Phoenix. Sent back ahead, a bouncing puck to center. Dahl takes the puck, dekes his way across the blue line, pass intended to go for McDonald, it never got there. Good defensive play getting back by Luis Jimenez. Sends it up for Banishevitz, and here comes the Wolfpack, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Banishevitz crosses right wing, pass to the center, Jimenez, wrist shot, scores! Luis Jimenez right over the blocker of Colin Langham, and it's 2-0 for NC State.
You know, that's what you want right there. You want your top line out, and it was Bieberdorf on the wing and Banishevitz on the other, and right down Broadway, as you like to say, is Luis Jimenez, glove side on Langham. Top right corner over his left shoulder side, and that's just a sniper of a shot right there. And you know, if you're Langham, you just got to tip your hat to that one because, I mean, it's a 3-on-2 opportunity. Not much more you can ask for your defense. Maybe a little more pressure, really. They didn't really pressure the puck that well. But NC State finds itself up 2 goals, just 2:36 left in the first.
Luis Jimenez scores his 19th. We'll tell you more about it as Sareth walks in, shoots high. Koeklenberg back to grab it. Sam Sareth on the backhand, chops it down to the front, a one-timer, and Calvin Stone says no. Quickly steered back up the boards. Williamson takes the puck here for the Phoenix. Sent ahead, a bouncing puck. Koeklenberg got a hand to it. Might not have been the best idea. Sareth takes the loose change. Trying to send it back down low. He was pressured. Chance the other way. Alfonsetti, Williamson right there with him. Alfonsetti trying to stick handle through everybody. Charlie Pippert got a stick to the puck. Steered back up here by Elon. Sam Sareth one-on-one with Farhat. Sareth dispossessed. Good play by Reed Farhat.
You know, you talk about Reed Farhat in the pregame, and right now he's performed well.
Sareth again with a little bit of space this time. Gets it off to a teammate. Quick shot by Tempesta. And the rebound. Calvin Stone stretches out across the goal line, and he'll cover.
You know, I like what NC State's defense is doing. They're poking pucks loose. They're dispossessing the offense. And we just talked about Farhat. He's played great so far during this first period. But Calvin Stone, he's been great in net. He's allowed a couple of rebounds, but that defense has been clogging the slot so much that Elon really hasn't had a lot of opportunities on those second chance points.
Minute 40 to go in the first period. NC State leading 2-0. Turned back here is Wing spins it back across for Gallagher. Got caught up on the boards initially. He'll give it right back to Wing. Flushed out of the foxhole. Pass nearly cut down by Markin. NC State gets away with it. And here comes Andrew Kristoff. Drops for Gallagher, the senior. Wrist shot just wide. And he took a shot from Markin at the end of the play. Farhat shucks off his man. Turns the puck over, though, at the blue line. Line held for now. Markin run into by Kristoff. Loose puck. Farhat takes a shove from Martins. Markin intercepts it in the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Gallagher with a good stick to it. Just not quite good enough as Kleinert grabs it. Crosses the red line and fires into the zone. Minute remaining in the first period. Kleinert. Slap shot, well wide. Lensmeyer chases down the loose puck. Connerty beat him there. Backhand pass in toward the slot. Another bouncing puck at the blue line, taken here by Kristoff. 2-on-2 the other way. He's got Lensmeyer with him. Kristoff dekes to the slot. Shoots one, denied by the blocker side leg pad of Colin Langham. Lensmeyer taken down on the boards. Tried to grab a face mask. He did. We're going to see a penalty given here. Connerty still giving shoves. And another big hit laid onto Kristoff as Pippert got into him. Puck heads all the way back down to the other end. Icing was waved initially, but NC State touches the puck. And Ryan Lensmeyer will head off to the box.
Yeah, that's the correct call right there. While they got Lensmeyer for the retaliation, it is the right call. He went at the helmet of, I believe, it was Connerty for the Phoenix, but Lensmeyer will be sent to the box, and that'll carry over to the second.
2 minutes for roughing, 22 seconds to go in the penalty. Lensmeyer off for roughing. To the top, Matt Williamson. Sends it down once again. He's going to get it right back up at the point. Cross ice, one-timer through traffic. Drugan blocked it down. Takes the puck, can't get around Sareth. Sam Sareth with space across the way. Here's a chance. They scored! What a shot! And the Elon Phoenix have brought it back 2-1 on a sniping snap wrister from Kyle Amato.
Whew, I saw that one almost in slow motion. It was a great pass through the low slot, and Amato sends it right over to the blocker side shoulder of Stone. You know, he had good positioning, but you just got him right there in that little corner right over Calvin Stone's shoulder. And that you said it. That was a sniper of a shot by Amato, and they decreased the deficit to just one.
It's the 11th goal of the season for Kyle Amato, who shares the last name with a former NC State football coach. 2-1, and that is where the period will end just after the slap shot came off at his stick of Connor McCormick. The 11th goal of the season for Amato and the 18th assist of the year for Sam Sareth. NC State, though, will skate off to the locker room with a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes. Your thoughts on that first period, Nick Sinopoli?
You know, while the score says differently that NC State's only up one goal, I feel like they're up, 3 or 5 right now. NC State has proven to be a more dominant team. For the Elon Phoenix, that their passes aren't looking crisp. They're turning the puck over a lot, and they're also been unable to establish their forecheck. They simply dump it in the zone, and then NC State tries to set up the offense. So Elon, while they've had some good opportunities, they've got a lot of work to do.
Well, both teams will head down to their respective locker rooms and take a short break at the intermission. We'll take it with them. Coming up on the other side of the break, Nick Sinopoli and I will talk about what we saw during the first 20, and we'll set the table for the remaining 40. The score at the end of the first period, the NC State Wolfpack 2, the Elon Phoenix 1. This is NC State Hockey on PackTV, bringing you into the pack.
side of Nick Sinopoly. Nick, first period started well for the NC State Wolfpack, but a little wheel fall off the wagon moment there on the penalty kill as Kyle Amato gets free and snipes one short side corner. A beautiful shot for the Elon Phoenix, but overall NC State seems to have the momentum in this hockey game.
Oh yeah, I definitely think NC State is the superior team in this matchup. You know, and you saw that straight from the get-go. This is a team that, in my opinion, needs to get started a little early, and they haven't done that as of late. We keep saying that every game, and tonight this wasn't one of our keys to the game. It seems like they did just that with the first goal at the goal by Ryan Kinney within 2 minutes of the first period. A guy in the supporting role this season. But yeah, Elon, they've had some good looks. They've had a couple odd man rushes, some 3-on-2s, no 2-on-1s or anything like that. But yeah, Amato with a nice snipe over the blocker side shoulder of Calvin Stone. He's been having a great year. I think for NC State, you gotta be a little more disciplined. I think these refs are letting some calls go, and they're kind of letting them play. If you're NC State, you be a little more disciplined and try not to give up any penalties.
Well, we certainly saw the physicality start to reign supreme, especially in the latter 10 minutes of that period. That was on both sides. Eric Webb's going out there letting the body fly. John Koeklenberg has been much more tempered under the tutelage of the other big defenseman, Mike Kren, who's not out there tonight. We saw Andrew Kristoff get riled up. We saw Sam Banishevitz actually take a matching minor for roughing, though. What does this physicality do in this hockey game?
I think it's been a testament to what this team has done for a lot of the season. I mean, Koeklenberg and Kren, those are two bruisers of some defense back there. They are some very physical guys. And while I like how they play, they've got to be more disciplined at some points. I know I've been harping on that all season long, it seems. But when they play physical teams, they played Louisville, they played UNC Wilmington last week. If you're head coach Mike Gazzillo, you want these guys to be smart, keep your head up, keep your head on a swivel, because, you know, at any time, this Elon Phoenix team can lay one out. You know, this is a physical team. Not necessarily a big-bodied team, but they do pride themselves in their physicality.
And we'll start 5-on-5 going into the second period, though. What does it take for Elon to find that equalizing goal here early in the second?
I think you've almost got to keep on keeping on if you're them. I don't think they've played well, but what I'd like for them to do is maintain that brand of physical hockey. I think if they can force NC State into some unwanted penalties, they can capitalize on that power play. I like NC State's penalty kill, but I think Calvin Stone is kind of letting some rebounds go right now in net. I think NC State's defense has been clogging the net, and they don't usually do that, resulting in those rebounds. So if they can get more shots on net on Calvin Stone and test him a little bit more, I think they will subtract the gap with NC State.
NC State was outshot in that period 12-11, which is surprising. Continues the trend, though, as Wilmington was consistently outshooting the NC State Wolfpack in last Saturday's 4-3 overtime win. What do you make of Calvin Stone's play? Because even though he allows the goal there at the end, the NC State goaltender is playing one whale of a hockey game so far.
You know, you really got to just tip your hat to that one he let by to Amato. I mean, that's just a sniper of a shot right in the right circle corner, you know, just about 5 or 6 inches worth of room in there, and he gets that one home. So hats off to him. But Calvin Stone, I love what he's doing. I've been surprised that he's been starting the last couple of games. But, you know, if you're head coach Mike Gazzillo, you got to go with who's hot. You got to go with the hot hand, and Calvin Stone has been on fire as of late, and it really started with that game in PNC Arena a week ago, where he just played incredible. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was a 3-1 win for NC State, and he transfers over into that Wilmington victory in overtime 4-3. I like what Calvin Stone's doing. The difference with him is he's not letting a lot of rebounds off of his leg pad. I think he's allowed a little bit of those this game, but, you know, I really think you've got to ride him, you know, all through the tournament next week.
Well, as the Zamboni lays down a fresh sheet of ice, we'll step aside and take a short break. Coming up on the other side, Nick and I will talk about adjustments that need to be made in the second period. This is NC State Hockey on PackTV. Getting set here for the second period at the Raleigh Iceplex. Drew Blevins alongside Nick Sinopoli. Nick, we talked about what we saw in the first period, but Elon only a goal behind. If you're Paul Cormier, what are you telling your guys in the room?
I mistakenly, kind of gave away my keys to the next period or in the first segment. But what I definitely say, we'll forgive you, But definitely get more shots on net on Calvin Stone. He did let that goal to Amato go in the back of the net late in the first period. But I like how he's playing. Definitely get more shots on net at him. You got to test a little bit more. Don't just simply dump it in the zone. Try and set up your offense and then get some cleaner shots. That's my key for the Phoenix.
If I'm Paul Cormier, I'm telling my guys to go ahead and keep playing the body, especially on guys like Sam Banishevitz and Luis Jimenez. Go ahead and start to knock those guys around even more. You saw NC State come off their discipline just a little bit there at the end of the first period, and you got in the head of the team captain, Sam Banishevitz, which is highly unusual. If you're Mike Gazzillo, meanwhile, though, you've got a one-goal lead. Mike could be more. Certainly going to have a chance here to extend that in the second period. What's your locker room message?
A couple adjustments. I like how they've played in the first period. I think they need to tune things up a little bit, definitely shorten the passes a little bit. Their spacing's been a little off. There was some times where I saw Alfonzetti and Lensmeyer just clambered up next to the boards, both fighting for the puck. I definitely think they're minor adjustments, almost keep on keeping on for the Wolfpack. Try to get some more odd man rushes, break out a little bit more. Their speed's looking all right. I like how they're playing. Need to establish the forecheck a little more, but minor adjustments for the Wolfpack, really.
I think I'm looking at positional adjustments for NC State. Keep the wingers down low, position them right there by the goal crease. Langham hasn't done an excellent job on rebounds, hasn't necessarily moved tremendously well either. He's been stationary for a lot of his saves. Well, story has been set once again. 40 minutes of hockey to go here at the final home game at the Iceplex. We'll be right back with a second period puck drop. NC State 2, Elon 1. Second period is next.
Welcome to the Raleigh Iceplex. Second period action about to begin here. Will Bieberdorf faces off against McDonald. McDonald wins it for the Elon Phoenix. And away we go with period number 2 up into the meshing, out of play. 19:53 to go in the second period. Story of the first went as follows. Goal scored by Ryan Kinney, his 10th of the season at 1:45 into the period. NC State added another one off to stick of Luis Jimenez, 17:24 into the period. And at the very tail end of the frame, 19:53 into the period, it was Kyle Amato who put the Elon Phoenix on the board.
The clock finally moves. It was just chilling right there.
I noticed that as well. Good eye, Nick. Jimenez grabs the puck here for NC State. He is absolutely run into the boards by McDonald. physical Elon team. Mike Gazzillo expressed concerns about that. And Nick, I'm sure you'll ask him about that coming up at the second intermission. Waitchin carries into the zone, dispossessed by Wing, who goes for Banishevitz. Backhand pass across the ice, picked off. Charlie Pippert has it and goes all the way to the outside for McDonald. Tries to chip it into the zone. This is Reed Farhat taking it for the Wolfpack. Dispossessed on a great stick from Matt Martins. State recomposes. This is Chris Wing to Sam Banishevitz. 2-on-2. Could be 3 if they hurry. Banishevitz walks in, snared by Colin Langham.
That was definitely Langham's best save of the night, with the little wrist shot right there by Sam Banishevitz. Trying to go glove side on Langham, but he says no, 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 and that's definitely the best save of the night for him.
Langham baited him into shooting right there, glove side, just positioned himself off center there at the hash mark on the goal crease. Phoenix trying to break it out the other way. Kyle Amato, who has the lone tally, dispossessed, goes back to his defense, intercepted, chance for Costigan, walks in on a backhand, and a good stop from Langham. Amato tried to move it along up toward Donato Tempesta. That's just a fun name to say. Donato Tempesta, Donato Tempesta.
Sounds like a spice.
Hanging out there, Alfonsetti on to Tempesta, who gets it and sends it back up for Amato now. Quickly up and forward, intended for Sarath, who is behind everybody, and rolls into Calvin Stone, and he covers. Donato Tempesta, the native of Bedford, New Hampshire, he's hanging right out there. His next tally will be his 10th goal of the season. 15 points for Tempesta on the year. Very nice campaign for Elon's number 6. Alfonsetti loses this draw up to the point. Here's a snap wrister save, the rebound opportunity. They scored! And Elon is tied to hockey game. Dimitri Markin sweeps in the rebound, and we're knotted up, deuces apiece.
And that has been an issue for NC State's goalies this season. Stone and Hall, they haven't been defending their rebounds that well, allowing a lot of rebounds from the puck off the shots. And, that's one thing they've struggled with. And it's been a reason that NC State is now tied in this hockey game 2-2.
That's only Markin's second goal of the year. He'll get credit for it. Time of the goal, 1:39 into the second period. Knotted up, deuces apiece. Lensmeyer trying to get the goal back. Misses wide blocker's side. He was crushed as well. Off of his backhand, Dan Weaver, slap shot from the point. Tip, kick, save, the rebound! Shovel just wide. Colin Langham with a reaction save there with a goal pad. Kristoff shoots one again off the chest of Langham. Uncharacteristic rebound given up by the coming Georgia native. Swept along once again. Leg pads have been very active for Langham, but took one right there off the shot guard on the Elon logo. State's going to go back and chase the puck. This is Connor McCormick, who sends it right back up toward Hayden Lowry. Chipped along. And Markin sweeps it into the zone. This is going to be icing as Gallagher's back. 17:29 to go in the second period. So the official tally on that goal goes Markin second, and the second assist of the year for Aiden Connerty. And that is where we stand at 2-2. Excellent start to the period for Elon. State's looks a little bit lax. Another draw won by the Phoenix. State hasn't won a faceoff so far this period. Lowry with the puck here. Skating forward across the red line as he dumps it in. McCormick will chase, and icing is called here. Lowry was just behind the red line. And I mean just, about a stride behind, but icing nonetheless. Across the ACC, only a few more games to go. One that everybody will be paying close attention to that has implications on seeding is George Washington and Navy. Duke and Carolina also. And Elon and Wake Forest, those games tomorrow. Got a penalty coming up here. Elon touches. This is going to go against NC State. Quickly, it's brought ahead. Carried into the zone by Aiden Connerty, it was Martins rather. Sweeps one to the front. Martins after it again. McCormick sends it down low. Waitchin carrying along, using that big body frame to work around Johnson. Trading places here. Big hit by Eric Webb. Elon still on top of the puck. Webb had his stick lodged up in the Elon forward. A lot of stick work going on. Drugan's going to get it here. And we'll see the penalty called by the back official, who is Parks. And it'll be cross-checking against the Wolfpack. And Elon's going to have a chance to go ahead in this hockey game.
You know, we talked about it at the break. This is the last thing if you want your NC State. You know, this is becoming a physical hockey game, and, you know, it might get out of hand soon. Just allowing another opportunity for Elon to go up on you is just the absolute last thing you want. Undisciplined play right there by Eric Webb.
Off for cross-checking, 3:29 into the period. And for as well as NC State started, the middle frame is not looking good. Wrist shot tipped almost immediately. Kristoff, after the puck for the Wolfpack, sends it around Waitchin and kills time. Charlie Pippert handling the puck here for the Elon Phoenix. Passed it right into Kristoff's midsection and got it right back. He goes out for Markin. He'll skate it across. Dimitri Markin holding on to it. Gives it back for Waitchin. Dangerous pass. Kristoff got to stick to it. Andrew Kristoff in a foot race with Charlie Pippert. Pippert wins it, but Kristoff right on top of him. Quickly ahead for Markin. Sends it back for Pippert all the way across the ice. Elon's offside. Far out back to grab the puck for NC State as the Phoenix still haven't touched up yet. Snap pass for Alfonsetti. Comes across the blue line with it. Shorthanded chance. Alfonsetti wrist shot blocked by McDonald. So ricocheted off of his shin pad and wide. Brady Parrow killing more time, just wiping it down the dasher. Tempesta onto the puck as he sends it over for McDonald. McDonald corrals it, finally lost it again, having major handling issues there. Gets it back here, clean pass, but a couple of forwards knocked together. Elon at center. John McDonald winds up, fakes the slap shot, line change for Elon. Dumped down low. McDonald after the puck. Rolls over his stick, far out, grabs it, shoots it down the ice. 35 seconds to go in the kill. Langham will set it on a tee for Sam Sareth. Sareth steps out from the foxhole and quickly brings it ahead. Across the red line, Sareth doing it himself. He's got numbers every hurry. Sareth shoots one. Calvin Stone was ready with a blocker. The rebound. Amato shoved right in the numbers. Down he goes. Gets the puck. Sends it down low for Sareth once again. Pipper to the front off the side of the goal. Picked back up here by Ryan Kinney. 5 seconds to go in the kill. Kinney's going to carry it across the line himself. 3, 2, and 1. That'll do it. Out of the box comes Eric Webb. NC State with another killed penalty. Zipped up off the boards. Tempesta. Absolutely crushed by Tyler Alfonsetti. Bieberdorf takes the puck across the blue line. Matt Williamson chases it down. Williamson grabs the puck here for Elon. He'll skate it right back up himself. Cuts across the blue line into the skates of Amato. Went right between them. Davis Hudson chases down for the Wolfpack. Hudson snap pass into the skates of Bieberdorf. A little bit of help from Jimenez as he's got it going forward. Jimenez crosses the line with Banashevitz wide. Jimenez driving the net to the front, a one-timer. Langham says no and covers the rebound.
Good opportunity right there for NC State. A nice pass through the low slot by Jimenez behind the goal line. And Banashevitz tries to get in the back of the net with a one-timer there, but it just doesn't go. Langham's playing a good, solid, 6 minutes right now in the second period, Drew.
Elon 1 for 3 on the power play so far today as NC State kills another penalty. Jimenez crossing the blue line. Had the puck, lost it back to his defenseman. Headman pass for Banashevitz, intercepted. Kugler dumps it in high off the meshing. Face-off will stay at center.
Yeah, uncharacteristic mistake right there by Kugler.
And the funny thing is, you go to Hillsborough, you've got the taller, short glass. You pretty much go anywhere else in the ACC, and you've got a little bit more room to work with. And you see what even 12 more inches of glass will do for you, as it is short glass here at the Iceplex. Ahead for Banashevitz off of his stick. This is going to be icing. Kugler is the first man back. 13:30 to go in the second period. Good one here, 2-2.
Yeah, NC State has really been shooting themselves in the foot in this second period. They've allowed that goal into Calvin Stone off the rebound. The defense just wasn't there to help it and sweep it out. And right now, that just looked like a mistake, a first-semester team would have made from NC State.
Face off to the glove side of Calvin Stone. Face-off is won by the Phoenix. Kugler couldn't get a stick to it, so all the way back for Andrew Kleinert to deal with. Kleinert had his pass knocked down by Banashevitz. State can't establish possession. This is sent all the way back down. Martin's in a foot race for it. Koeklenberg wins it. Spins it off the side of the net, and a huge hit laid here. We'll see a penalty to Drew Waitgen as soon as Elon touches. McDonald has it on his backhand. NC State to the power play. I think Waitgen knew as soon as he laid it right into the numbers of Big John Koeklenberg.
Yeah, that was interference right there. You know, I feel like that was kind of a mistake right there. He didn't mean to hit Koeklenberg. He just kind of thought he had the puck. But Koeklenberg had scooped it behind him when he was behind the goal line. And NC State with a big opportunity right here to kind of get something going in this second period.
13:07 to go in the middle frame. Officially will go down as a checking from behind penalty on Drew Waitgen. Big chance here for the NC State Wolfpack. Reed far out will go back and chase. Back behind the goal line, he's got it. One-man pressure. A little soft here by Elon as they'll sit back in a defensive cushion. Far out. Snap pass to Banashevitz, who's behind everybody. But Aiden Connerty is back there to deal with big number 2. Jimenez grabs the puck. Had Banashevitz there, but he'll establish possession. The captain sends it back up top. Hudson back for Banashevitz. On his backhand, across. Jimenez, one-timer. Langham with a goal stick, kicks it aside. Elon has the rebound, and they'll send it all the way down the ice. Davis Hudson picks up the puck here, snaps it over for Reed Farhat. Back for Bieberdorf, he'll let it go for Banashevitz, crossing the blue line. Banashevitz all the way across here, had Farhat there. He'll go chase it, back up top for Jimenez, who trades places. To Davis Hudson now. Minute to go on the power play. Hudson at the blue line. Walking and looking through traffic. Langham slides across and makes the save right in the crest of his uniform, and I think that actually may have slid down his pant leg and into his equipment.
Yeah, not every day you see that, but Bieberdorf trying to get the deflection right there, but Langham once again denies the Wolfpack. He's having a good second period.
Sam Banashevitz came by and saw me prior to the game, has actually shaved the entirety of his beard. He told me that he had messed it up trimming it. Hopes to have it grown back by the playoffs. Playoff beard's big tradition in hockey. Sam Sarath, he's rubbed out by Reed Farhat. Skated back here by Alfonsetti. He's around Amato. Alfonsetti out wide for Hudson. Dekes around his man. Good second effort stick there by Williamson, and he'll get a chance to clear it all the way down. Elon's penalty kill really been one of those surprising factors in this hockey game. They played very well. Costigan knocked by his number opposite. That was Charlie Pippert. Hudson on the opposite side of the ice dumps it in. 11:20 to go in the second period. 10 seconds to go on the power play for the Wolfpack. Kyle Amato, shorthanded opportunity, 2-on-2. Amato, toe drags around his man. Here he goes, shoots one. Calvin Stone hacks the glove up. There's no rebound.
Whew. That was a good save right there by Calvin Stone. It kind of scared me a little bit, glove side, but he snags one right over his head.
Kyle Amato, though, pinpoint accuracy there. If Stone doesn't have a fast glove hand, it's 3-2 Phoenix. That's an excellent stop.
Yeah, that would have been the second goal of the night for Lamato, who's having a good hockey game, usually in a supporting cast of Sarath, but he's performing well tonight.
Mitch Gallagher backhands it along for Kristoff. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Penalty has been killed. Kristoff to Gallagher, and his skates curls it across to the front. Lensmeyer will chase it down again. A backhand pass to Kristoff. Cuts in, shoots one. Langham with a save. Rebound taken care of by his defense. Shot all the way down. Icing waved as Stone comes out to play it. Gives it for Wing and then sets a little bit of a screen as there was a challenge coming. Koeklenberg with the puck. Up the wing side boards. Kristoff going after it. Double team on the puck, wins it. Kugler turns it over to Lensmeyer. He's going to get it right back here, though. Snap pass ahead for Charlie Pippert. Gets into Wing. Puck jostles free for Martins. Here he goes. Shoots one. Stone with a save. Rebound, and he got that one, too. Calvin Stone with another stop with the glove side leg pad, and we've got a penalty coming here. This is going to be high sticking. And it's going to go against Chris Wing. And NC State is going to cede another power play opportunity to Elon.
I never saw the high sticking by Wang, but, you know, that's again, shooting yourself in the foot, Drew. NC State had established their dominance in this game in the first period, and they've done the exact opposite of that. Looks like they're almost in cruise control, kind of being lackadaisical on the ice. And it's showing right now. I mean, they're tied with an Elon team that they should be up 4-0 right now.
Chance right off the draw. Calvin Stone covers. And I agree with you. I think that NC State is the better hockey team, but right now Elon is playing with that desperation we talked about in pregame. They know how big this game is for their future. And then they'll host Wake Forest tomorrow, but the Demon Deacons have been a team that has been red hot recently. They're going to go into the ACCHL tournament. In the second seed, Banishevitz quickly ahead of the blue line, shorthanded opportunity, dekes around his man to the front, and he lost the puck. Nearly a highlight reel goal, but Banishevitz loses it to Drew Waitchen. He'll get it right back, turns it over as he was crushed, crossing the line, and we're going to get a penalty here. Checking from behind again as Banishevitz took it right at the bottom part of the 2. Question is, who's the penalty going to go to for Elon? It's going to be Dimitri Markin. And the power play chance for the Phoenix squandered. Only 31 seconds of man advantage time. And NC State will go on an abbreviated man-up situation in a minute 29.
Yeah, it looks like they will, and, that's just Elon's physicality coming into play right there. They have convinced / persuaded or just tricked NC State into committing some unforced penalties.
Sereth to the races. Coquelenberg gets back with a good defensive stick. Sereth intercepts it. Chance, he goes back behind the net, works around far out. Chance here, the one-timer, and it's shoveled just wide. What an opportunity, hanging out on the doorstep by Will Swain. Swain will get the puck back here, knocks it back toward the net weakly. Coquelenberg picks it up, lifts it sky high, taken by Martins, crossing the line. It's Connerty rather, shoots one, blocked down by Coquelenberg. He'll pick it up. Sereth. Taken into the corner by Alfonsetti. Coquelenberg finishes him. McCormick with the puck free, back toward the net. Poke check by Calvin Stone. Jimenez with the loose change. Crosses center and the blue line. Jimenez digging in, shoots one, misses wide. Good challenge made by Langham, and he had defensemen there to help. This is Aiden Connerty at center. Crossing the blue line with it. Connerty tried to shovel it back. Dispossessed by Dan Weaver, the senior. Goes across to Jimenez. Could be a 2-on-1. Jimenez finds Alfonsetti. Too hot to handle. Alfonsetti had it roll right off of his forehand. Turned back here by the Phoenix. 2-on-2 if they hurry. Connor McCormick cuts into center. Sends it across there. Tip. Rebound. Calvin Stone! Absolute robbery! Sereth was denied on the doorstep. Williamson sends one through traffic. Stone catches. No rebound. Welcome to the Stone Age. Calvin Stone with a tremendous stop on the doorstep. 8:23 to go in the second period.
NC State's scary right there, Drew. They had a great 2-on-1 opportunity with Jimenez and Alfonsetti, and it just bounces right over Alfonsetti's stick, and then Elon comes right back with with an odd man rush of their own. And Calvin Stone just, as you like to say, stood on his head right there and just had a couple of great saves on that last possession.
It's very tough to make a reaction save on a play that's made maybe 3 feet in front of you. But Calvin Stone uses those long legs to reach back to the far side goalpost. Power play for NC State, albeit short. Elon grabs it, clears. That might just do it. It's been an extended second period due to so many penalties in it, not unlike the last game we covered at UNCW. Bieberdorf had it roll right off the heel of his stick. Pippert will go chase it. Tries to look off a defender. Fans on the pass, resultingly into the front. A backhander shoveled off of Langham's chest and out of play. Another close proximity turnover. NC State can't convert on it, though. Everybody recognizes big number 2. He's been beaten, battered, and bruised once again. And NC State will play Charlotte on Friday. Whether it be as the 5 or the 4 remains to be seen. A win here tonight locks up what would technically be a home game for NC State. Out wide, Hudson shovels it low for Bieberdorf. Williamson gets a body check onto him. Waitchen takes down the official. Couldn't get the puck out of the zone, though. Certainly don't need to see another member of the Stripes company going out. Locked in here. Banishevitz grabs the puck up top, wing, one-timer, through traffic, Langham save, and he's right on top of the rebound. Once again, caught him right in the chest. It's been interesting. Langham hasn't controlled rebounds too terribly well here in the second period, and a lot of them have gone right off the top of the Phoenix head and that logo. What have you been seeing, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, Langham's playing well. He's just had a couple of close calls. I think it's kind of, the same story on both ends right now. They've had some trouble with the rebounds.
Elon wins the draw, trying to break it out. Drugan hand to glove legally. He's finished right by the NC State bench. Langham playing a little bit of shortstop, a little backhanded snare. He'll get a whistle. Baseball season coming up quickly. The NC State Wolfpack baseball team. I get a feeling we need to send a crew down to PackTV to cover this one because they're going to open up at the University of Hawaii. I think we need to go
call
cover
dibs.
That.
I call dibs.
I'm
sorry.
going with you. I'll be your cameraman even.
I think if I had to take someone, it'd definitely be Ethan Mary or Madison Bell. Let them try to figure out that one out. But they said they're a package deal, so I guess I'm taking both. Sorry, Drew.
Well, I guess I'll have to accept it. Here's a chance for Elon. Farhat gets a knock into Martins. Picked back up here by the Phoenix, though. They'll establish possession. Waitchin, big bowling ball of a body, went feet first into the boards. I think he tripped up over his own laces. Taken by Eric Johnston. Breaks it up the far side to Drugan. He'll look forward, sends it up off the boards. Pass intercepted. Waitchin at the blue line. Leaves it be. Taken back by Drugan. Waitchin gets into him, but not before he's able to get the puck up here. Eric Webb shoots one, blocked right off of the shin pad of McDonald. Spun back toward the front of the net. McDonald sends it all the way around. Waitchin dispossessed. Not a good shift for him. Kleinert right on top of Eric Johnston. Andrew Kleinert after the puck sends it back up for Waitchin. The big body sends it along once again. Kugler has the puck here. NC State's going to take another penalty. Arm up near side official. Martins 2-on-1 if he hurries. Passes across. And a good defensive play made by Copelandberg. Josephson, the official, with his arm up. And a roughing call going here to Eric Webb. Colin Langham has a comment for the official passing as well. State off to the box again. Roughing on Eric Webb. 6:01 to go in the second period.
Yeah, I think Eric Webb got one of the Elon players down there behind the goal line. But yeah, time and time again, and especially during this second period, NC State has suffered so many undisciplined penalties. I understand if you suffer a holding or maybe a hooking, those are usually on those breakaways, to prevent those breakaways, but NC State isn't taking smart penalties here.
Elon 0 for 4 on the power play today. To the top. Sent right back across for Amato. He goes back for Sam Sareth, playing point on the power play. To Amato. To Sam Sareth. Sends a wrist shot, blocked immediately. Donato Tempesta after the puck. Sends it to the front. One-timer. Calvin Stone in the butterfly makes the save. State can't clear. Williamson steps in. Wrist shot blocked by Lensmeyer. Sails up over top of the net. Bouncing puck. Sareth holds the line. Sends it across. Puck battle ensues. Kyle Amato right on top of it. His number opposite is Reed Farhat. Works the puck free. Tempesta had it, lost it. Kristoff in space. Dekes around his man. He is absolutely crushed. Williamson might have gotten a little bit high with his shove there, but gets a clean body check on the ice. Sareth. Puck protecting against his man. Across for Amato. That was the same play that worked at the tail end of the first period. State clears. Lensmeyer trying to get around Sam Sareth. Nearly took him down. Sareth strong on his skates after the puck. To Matt Williamson. All the way up here for Donato Tempesta. Sends it out wide. Could be a chance if they hurry. Shot by McCormick. And Calvin Stone catches no rebound.
Another snag right there by Calvin Stone. While he has struggled a little bit tonight, and especially in this second period, glove side, you almost never want to test him. The guy's almost 100% on his left side.
He's just been absolutely outstanding. And Calvin Stone's been the player of the period. Senior playing like it on senior night. Deserving of recognition. To the front. Nobody home for the Phoenix. Alfonzetti starts his engine, and here he goes. Could be a 2-on-1. He's got Hudson with him. Alfonzetti in, shooting one. Colin Langham with the save.
Calvin Stone's on both ends? What?
Well, he's playing it right now.
I missed something, you know.
I apologize.
Did he switch
I'm a
his
senior,
jersey?
Nick. I'm getting old. I'm getting old.
Wait, now Calvin's back on that. Did I? What?
You're patronizing me,
Mr.
Sinopoli. You're patronizing me.
Patronized, but whatever.
Tomato. 3-on-2 the other way. Pero back checking. Gets the numbers back even for NC State. Waitchen sends it back down low, intended for McDonald. State wipes it back out. Alfonzetti will chase it down. He's got Charlie Pippert there with him. Pippert dispossessed by Alfonzetti. A Stormville, New York native goes across for Brady Pero, who, while he's only seen limited minutes, has given an excellent effort so far this game. 2 seconds and 1. Eric Webb out of the box. Waitchen carries across the blue line. Into the corner, shoots one off of Calvin Stone's stick, heads over into the corner. That means Elon is 1 for 6 on the power play today. Not the statistic they wanted to hear. Backhanded up off the glass, rolling right along the top of the glass. Looked like a rail car. Went all the way through the neutral zone, and a souvenir for a nice young fan down there. Official asking for the puck back. Not going to get it. Souvenir for a nice young fan down there. Keep it with pride, young man. I mean, loose puck's more valuable than foul balls because there's fewer of them.
True dat, sir.
Simple lesson in economics. I told you I'm getting old. Forgetting who the goalie is, giving economics lessons at random.
Drew, let's just watch the game.
Elon wins another draw. They have been sharp in the circle. Martins tried to tip it through the legs of Reed Farhat, skated back in the opposite direction. Out comes Luis Jimenez, curling with it to the front, intended for Beaverdorf. Banishevitz gets it. He's denied by Langham. Rebound hanging out right by the goal crease. Elon onto it. Quickly back opposite direction. The Phoenix working it out wide. This is Matt Martins crossing at the blue line, turns it back as he tried to get it over for Swain. Takedown, Bieberdorf onto the puck. Elon's got it. Chipped into the zone. Farhat knocks his man. Has the puck free. Martins gets in a body check. And another body check braced for here by Bieberdorf. 2-on-2 into the corner. Dahl working with Pippert. And it's knocked free here by NC State. Jimenez crossing the blue line. He's got Banishevitz with him. Finds him with a pass. And an excellent defensive play by the stick of Will Swain. Carried back here. Martins gets it from Sareth. Shoots one. Calvin Stone has his glove outstretched. Makes the save. 2:40 to go in the second period. And still all knotted up at 2-2.
You know, this just isn't NC State. This just isn't NC State's night right now. It seems like they've had some bad luck. Pucks popping over their sticks. Haven't been able to send some clean passes in or clean shots nonetheless. But NC State really needs to get out of this funk they're in.
Here could be a chance as Ryan Kinney dispossessed at the blue line. Turned back. Here's Sam Sareth. He's off to the races. Calvin Stone with a save. Rebounded traffic. Tempesta was beat to the puck. Donato Tempesta hanging right there on the doorstep. Davis Hudson, tremendous pickup he's been in his 9th game for the NC State Wolfpack with a great defensive play. State survives, keeping it at 2-2. Off the boards intended for Amato. Hudson backhands it along. Here's Ryan Kinney crossing the blue line. Thought about his shot, thought better. Now just has to spin it back into the zone. Phoenix have taken the momentum and converted it to their side. It's all maroon and gold right now. Weaver for Hudson. Chipped along to Alfonzetti. 2-on-2 if they hurry. Alfonzetti loses the puck. Donato Tempesta right onto him. Kugler there as well. Alfonzetti gets it back. A backhander. Langham shuts him down to the short side leg pad. 90 seconds to go here in the second period. Rolled into the zone. Stone out to play it. Shoots it around Sareth. Amato will station himself on the boards and has it. Sends one toward the net. Stone with a save. Kicked out the rebound high, so nobody could get a stick to it. Down low, Sareth. He's going to get it back as he trades places with Tempesta. Taken back here by NC State. Alfonzetti on to Kleinert. Knocks it free. Lensmeyer sends it wide. 3-on-2 for State if they hurry. Kinney at the blue line, dekes around his man, shoots one weakly into Langham, just turns it into the corner. Phoenix will take over possession. Up the boards, bouncing puck Valillo. Onto it for State. Taken down. There was a stick that got high by Martins. This will be a penalty against Elon. Valillo over for Kristoff. Cuts into center. Crossing at the faceoff. Dot loses the puck to Williamson. It's touched. And with 50 seconds to go in the second period, the Elon Phoenix will head to the penalty box.
Finally, NC State catches a break with a trip. Or maybe a hold, rather.
I think they might actually. I'm not sure what they could get him for. It was illegal in every frame of reference.
Yeah, I
holding.
think, yeah,
Good call.
they'll get the holding right there on Martins, and that's the correct call as Valillo kind of tripped right there on the ice in his defensive zone. But NC
And I was
State
saying
right now.
good call to you, by the way.
Gee, thanks. Thanks, Drew. But no, this is a great opportunity for NC State to really gain some momentum as this penalty will carry over into the third period.
You'll get to hear the sentimental sign-off, and it should very well include that at this time last year, you wouldn't have been able to say, oh, yep, that's definitely a holding penalty.
Yeah, more like last week. I would have made up. No, I'm kidding.
Face-off won by Elon, shot sky-high out of play.
Feels like last week.
Time has flown. Bieberdorf loses the draw. Pippert onto the puck here, turns off of a hit from Banishevitz, shoots it right back up. Hudson can't quite handle it. State has to regroup at center. Farad, one of the four seniors, had it, lost it. All the way across for Banishevitz. Works his way into the zone. Turns it back up. Trading places with Jimenez. He goes back behind the net up top for Farad now. 20 seconds to go. Sends it over Jimenez. Wrist shot! And that may have hit Williamson on the way through. Sputters back out into neutral ice. 10 seconds remaining in the second period. To Bieberdorf, crossing the blue line. Takes a couple of hacks and whacks from behind across the ice. Good stop by Langham. Lets the rebound go. Here's a shot from Jimenez. Farad was on the doorstep, but it goes by him, and that is where the period will end. The Elon Phoenix tally the lone goal. It came seemingly an eternity ago, but Dmitry Markin has tied the hockey game. And once again, Nick Sinopoli, we're tied up after 2 periods.
You know, we keep getting lucky, Drew, with all these close games. It seems the past month and a half, basically the entire semester. But yeah, we've got a barn burner of game right here in Raleigh. NC State I didn't like how they played that second period. They didn't have a lot of energy. They just had a lot of bad luck. You know, pucks bouncing off their stick. No one really there home for the rebound, especially right there on that last possessions. Bieberdorf just missing that rebound on a wide open opportunity for him. But look for NC State to really get fired up in this third period. And the Elon Phoenix, they like where they're at right now.
2-2 at the end of 2. Jeff Wing will join Nick Sinopoli in the Coach's Corner interview coming up after this short break, and then we'll be back to discuss analysis and adjustments of the second period. The score at the end of 2, the NC State Wolfpack 2, the Elon Phoenix 2. This is NC State Hockey on PackTV, bringing you into the Pack.
Welcome back to the Raleigh Iceplex. I'm Nick Sinopoli, and alongside me is, as always, Assistant Coach Jeff Wing. Coach Wing, thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Nick.
Now let's get right down to it. That first period, for Drew and I, we always say that the keys to the game are always to get out and get a lot of shots on net early, and you guys did exactly that.
Yep.
What was really different in this game for you coming in for your game plan, really?
No difference. A lot of times we'll kind of start slow, and we end up a goal behind. So it was great. We were right on the game plan, scored the first goal. Everything was good. Had a lot of energy. I think my observation was we kind of started to settle down and let them get back in the games. Almost like we got this. And then anytime you do that, you're going to get into trouble.
This semester, really, the goaltending has been incredible from Calvin Stone.
Yeah.
But a couple things I saw were the rebounds. What has really gone haywire right there with the rebounds for your defensive team?
I think they're getting shots low, and as Drew would tell you, it's hard to stop those ones when they're down and like around your shin level. So you're getting good shots that are low. They're really tough. So what we're dependent on is our one forward and the 2D to clear the puck. In most cases, we've been able to do that, but obviously we had a couple we couldn't. But I think overall he's done a pretty good job.
What were your thoughts on the second period? You guys didn't get a goal. You had some good opportunities. Yeah. It really seemed like there was kind of some bad luck, some rough patches of ice. What were your thoughts on your team's performance in the second period?
Honestly, I would say we talked about between periods. I wouldn't necessarily that there's not energy and they're not trying. There's not converting. We had a couple that were, just kind of bad decisions. We had a real bad decision for them to get their first goal. It kind of takes some momentum away. So what we really need to do now is come out firing in the first 2-3 minutes to kind of get ahead.
Yeah, you're talking about that momentum you guys lost. I totally agree with that. I thought Sam had some good looks. I thought Alfonsetti had a decent look over there in the low slot with Jimenez. But going into the third, I know you talked a little bit about it, but what would be some keys for you guys going into the third to really pull out ahead in this hockey game?
Well, the first thing is we got to play in their end. So I hope they're telling them this. The idea is get behind their defenseman, get the puck deep, and then just a ton of shots. Because if you look at the rebounds, their goalie's letting up a lot more rebounds than we are. It's just that we're not getting there to convert or they're going off into the corner. So get behind their D, shots on net, and collect the rebound. Thank
you very much, Coach. But I think pregame you said you had a little something extra for us. Would you like to elaborate? Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Nick. So for those of you that don't know, this is Drew Blevin's last home game call for the Wolfpack. And on behalf of the team, I just wanted to say, for all of us, thank you so much for the work. You can probably hear, if you listen to any of these broadcasts, the professionalism, the enthusiasm. And I think the thing that we're seeing the most is the preparation. So the thing that makes it so exciting for people listening and watching is he knows about players for both teams. He knows where they played hockey. He knows if they've been friends before. This the personalization of the game that Drew brings to the rink is fantastic. He calls the games when he's sick. The dedication is amazing. And up to, and in fact, I know I've talked to some broadcasters that have been in the business over a decade, saying that he's got a beautiful future. So I'd just like to say thank you to Drew. And one last thing. Oh, my stars!
Well, thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach Wing. As always, I do have some big shoes to fill. Drew has been a huge part of this station, a huge part for me in my growing broadcasting career. Coach Wing, as always, from the last time at the Iceplex this season. Thanks, you very much.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it.
We'll be back for some more analysis from Drew Blevins and I, and the third period coming up next. This is PackTV, bringing you into the Pack.
And we welcome you back to the Iceplex into the second intermission. Nick, the lone goal comes from the Elon Phoenix. It's a 2-2 hockey game. We've got another close one heading down to the wire. What a way to end the home portion of the season.
Yeah, NC State likes to scare the crap out of me, Drew. I hope I can say that on air. But, yeah, I mean, once again, I feel like we've been blessed with these games as of late. PNC last week, the Liberty Showcase with those incredible contests. But yeah, we've got a good game going right here. I think NC State didn't play that great in the second period. I think there's some bad luck, rough patches of ice that hit, but that's the game. You've got to play through that, and I don't think NC State is establishing their forecheck enough. Elon, they've got some good shots on that. They've been testing Calvin Stone. He hasn't been great on the rebounds right now, but once again, yeah. Barn burner of a game.
Well, certainly the biggest mishap was the puck hopping over Tyler Alfonsetti's stick on a pass from Jimenez. Real quickly, as both teams are taking the ice, biggest key for both teams going into the third period?
I think I'm going to go with that one thing we always talk about. First 5 minutes are huge for NC State. They've got, a minute left, 11 seconds left on this power play, and it is paramount that they capitalize right here. I think if they can get, a 1 or 2 goal lead 5 minutes into the third, it'll be huge for them, and I think they can ride that one home. For the Elon Phoenix, more shots on net, continue your physicality, because right now they're just a thorn in the side for the Wolfpack, and they've been just bothersome all night, and that's the reason they're in this hockey game. If it wasn't for that, I think NC State would be up big right now.
Last game of the regular season turning into a barn burner. Puck drop in the third period is next. Final 20 minutes of regulation in this regular season for the NC State Wolfpack. Coming into this hockey game, they were 11-9-1. Trying to get win number 12, the Elon Phoenix, pushing to get their 12th win as well. They're 11-13-0. NC State does have a carryover power play. A minute left in it. Martin's off. The end of the second period. Banishevitz with a shot through traffic, blocked down off of the shin pad of McDonald. Drew Blevins alongside of Nick Sinopoli. Banishevitz in the slot, shoots one. Langham with the save. There is no rebound. Nick, been a treat of a hockey game to cover. Close one again. What is this, 3 or 4 in a row now? I know. The last time an NC State athletic team had close game after close game after close game, there was a fairly historic result.
I'm pretty sure it was like 6 or 9, but yeah, I mean, survive in advance, baby. Survive in advance.
Swept across, and
Whistle blew from the back official here, and I believe we're going to see an intentional offside against the Wolfpack. Or that or a high stick. 41 seconds to go. 19:30 to go into period. 41 seconds in the penalty, I should have clarified. Tempesta pressuring, but Davis Hudson has the puck. Sarathon to him. This is Farhat. Flushed out of the foxhole, goes across for Banishevitz. Cross-ice pass, he finds Davis Hudson. Hudson establishes possession. Williamson took 2 fists right into the block-S crest. Knocks the puck free. Banishevitz behind the net. Backhand pass to Will Bieberdorf. He's rocked by Williamson, who goes to work right back behind the cage. Forged free by Pippert. He goes up to the point. Jimenez nearly fumbled it back across the blue line. Regains possession to Farhat now, who holds. Across. Hudson couldn't get it in shooting position. Stuck on the fresh patch of ice. It's sent back behind the net again. Farhat onto the puck. Sends one off of Pippert's skate. Farhat gets it back. Penalty kill back to 5-a-side. Across for Hudson. He wasn't ready for it. Hudson backhands it along right up top as it rolls up the glass out of play. The faceoff comes back out to center. 18:38 to go.
You know, in that last possession, we just saw 2 incredible passes through the low slot by Luis Jimenez, and Davis Hudson just wasn't ready for it. I mean, that was 2 blatant opportunities for the Wolfpack to put them up by a goal, and you're just seeing just some uncharacteristic miscues from NC State.
Jimenez is the team leader in the assist category. He's sitting on 23 right now. On a couple of occasions tonight, he's almost had 24. Moved up the ice here by Kugler as he finds McCormick. Off of his forehand, back to his attacking blue line. Sent ahead, Drugan will chase it. Kleinert beats him to the puck. Wrapped around of Langham. Breakout pass. Stretches too far. Chance here's McCormick. Dispossesses Valillo. McCormick slides it across. One-timer by Markin. It never got there. Good defensive stick by State. Alfonsetti heads off. He could have a 2-on-1. He's got Kinney going forward. Alfonsetti around his man on the backhand. Langham save. Rebound. Scored! Ryan Kinney! Oh, my stars! He's done it again! 3-2 for the Wolfpack!
2 goals from Ryan Kinney. He is definitely proving himself to now being a weapon for NC State. He's having, of course, his best season. You know, he's only a sophomore. But on the rebound opportunity, on we like to call him Alpha, Alfonsetti's backhand, and Kinney right there. And look, that was the second goal by Kinney, and also came in within the first 3 minutes of each period it was in.
A tremendous play from Ryan Kinney. Who would have ever thought Ryan Kinney, young man from Matthews, North Carolina, would turn in to this absolutely awesome hockey player in the second semester of this season. Number 22 has number 2 on the night, and he's given NC State a 3-2 lead here early in the third period. Lensmeyer grabs the puck, tried to send it back up ice. Knocked free by John Kochlenberg. Across the blue line, tried to deke around his man. Out into neutral ice. This is Gallagher, the senior, had to deke through his own man. Bevy of humanity gets stuck right there at the center of the blue line. Shoveled all the way back by Connerty. Pippert skating to it. Weaver there, gets a slash in and finishes him into the boards. State right back up ice. Pass intercepted. Into the zone it goes. Elon off on a line change. And now the Phoenix have under 17 minutes to fight for their lives. A loss today or loss tomorrow ends their season, and it means that Carolina will lock up the 7th seed. Wrapped around the net. Good chance there for the Wolfpack. Up top, slap shot through traffic. Rebound hanging about in the high slot. Penalty coming to the Phoenix. Cross-checking will be the call, and it's going to go on Matt Martins.
Yeah, Martins, that's his second penalty of the night. And he got it right there. I didn't know what member of the pack he got cross-checking on, but it was down there in the lower slot area. And that's just a shot in the foot right there if you're the Phoenix.
Shot off the draw, rebound, Bieberdorf hanging out, backhands for Banishevitz to Hudson. Hudson back for Banishevitz now. Sends it down for Bieberdorf. Thought about his shot, goes back toward the slot. Pass was knocked down and cleared all the way down the ice. by Waitchen, who checks his stick. Sounded hollow after he slapped it down. Seems to be satisfied with his twig as Reed Farhat goes to work on John McDonald. Pulled free by the Wolfpack. Sent up and ahead for Will Bieberdorf. Coming across the blue line. Drops it back for Banashevitz. Bieberdorf is crushed. Stick goes flying into the air, back out to center. Essentially a 4-on-4 until Bieberdorf can get a new twig. Here's a shot. Langham kicks it aside with a leg pad. Rebound opportunity hanging about in a slot. Picked back up here by Williamson. What a play by Farhat. Good defensive stick to hold the line. Bieberdorf to grab his twig. Across for Davis Hudson now. Shoots one off of the stick of Waitchen. Langham playing center field this time under the fly ball. No rebound.
More baseball innuendos, don't you think, Drew?
Well, when you've got a major league team in your home state, and the Atlanta Braves in the case of Colin Langham, why not? Braves actually won a World Series in my birth year of 95.
Congratulations.
I'm not a Braves fan.
No, I'm just messing with you. But, yeah, I mean, on another note, I'm incredibly, happy for this NC State baseball team. Coming into the season ranked 6th.
Certainly should be an exciting time on the diamond this year. Jimenez, long shot through traffic, just wide. Farhat grabs the puck here for the Wolfpack. 49 seconds to go on the power play. Reed Farhat behind the net. On his backhand. Looking north, finds Davis Hudson. Sends it back for Farhat, the senior. Through the slot, or at least tried to get it there. Kleinert knocked it down with the left side shin pad. Farhat has it in his skates, loses it to Kleinert. Springs his man forward, could be a 2-on-0. Sam Sareth to the puck. Defenseman back for the Wolfpack. Across the way and a one-timer. Fanned on. Kyle Amato was right on top of the goal crease, and he missed. Jimenez in the opposite direction. Walks in, shoots one. Langham with the save, and the rebound is covered up. Great chance for the Elon Phoenix. Sareth just a step too slow. If he had gotten that puck before it was on the boards, that could have been a 2-on-0 from the blue line in.
Yeah, that pass, just right on the outstretched stick of Sareth. And, you look right there with that pass, it looks like, and how, what a coincidence is that his first name is Sam, right? I mean, you got Sam Banashevitz and Sam Sareth, just two of the best players for their respective teams.
Super Sams. Coquelenberg, long shot off the blocker of Langham, up out of play.
But yeah, Sareth with a nice pass right there in the low slot, and I was surprised he scored it right through there in the goal crease, but I mean, what a pass.
It's a tough timing mechanism one-timers are, and that was the only way that Amato was going to score it. That's sometimes the way the puck bounces for you, though.
Part of the game.
This is Connor T. Into the corner. Drugan pokes the puck free, and he's got it. Drugan on his backhand sends it up to Wing, who slams it back into the zone. Penalty killed. Coquelenberg has the puck, sends it off the dasher. Right over toward Alfonsetti, lets it go to Kinney, looking for a hat trick off of the blocker of Colin Langham. Wide. This is Connor McCormick for the Elon Phoenix at center. Across the blue line, loses it. Alfonsetti avoids a body check, avoids another one. Alfonsetti, slash from behind, no penalty. Alfonsetti screaming at the official who was right there. This is Ryan Kinney, stops on a dime, loses possession. McCormick can't get it out, the Lillo holds. Down low in the corner, the defenseman to the front of the net. Blocked down by Connor T. He'll get it back, though, to the top. Rolled down on the kick plate. Costigan grabs it. To the front, chance. Alfonsetti lost it. All the way down for Calvin Stone. He'll just calmly send it back up. McCormick grabs it. Has to wait for everybody to be onside. Lost it. Kinney, 2-on-2 here. He shoots one. Langham save. Rebound. And a diving play made by Colin Langham to whack the rebound out of harm's way. Kinney getting into it here with Hayden Lowry. It's sent back up. Out of play on the mesh. Face-off stays low. Nick Sinopoli, I'm not sure how in the world the stick went flying out of Tyler Alfonsetti's hands and there was no penalty there.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't pressured that much. You see the opposing player's stick just fly at Alfonsetti, and then all of a sudden the stick flies up in the air. Not sure why there wasn't a call right there. But Alfonsetti, you talk about him, he's having a great night tonight. I mean, the guy's been deking in out of traffic seemingly every position. He's had some good looks on net.
Halt to play here, and NC State has just taken a penalty. And I'm going to guess this is a bench minor. Somebody said something. Eric Webb has gone to the box. And I'm not sure if he was the pinpointed verbal abuser or if it was somebody else. But Webb off to the box. That's a bench minor unsportsmanlike conduct. And Elon to the power play.
Yeah, this is a big moment right here for both teams. If Elon gets the goal, it really changes this momentum that the Wolfpack has found in this third period.
Penalty comes 7 minutes on the dot, even into the period. State on the kill. Costigan floats one in. A little second baseman stab that time. Just a lot of floaters going into Langham, exercising the glove. Quick shot back in, takes it in the chest. No rebound. If Colin Langham's not careful, he's going to have played almost every position on the diamond so far.
I think he's done everything except pitcher right now. But I was just trying to keep
like
count. You know,
seems like it.
maybe that and first base. No, he played first. Yeah, maybe. Hasn't hit any dingers yet though. Oh, he almost did with that nice, save right there.
I just know our director Ethan Berry, who is one of the biggest baseball fans I know, is just beaming with joy back behind us, listening to all the baseball references.
Beaming is an understatement.
Amato across the blue line to the top, and Sareth shoots one through traffic, wide, off the inboards. Amato pulls it off the skirting of the net. To the top, and Williamson. Back for Amato, goes wide of him. McCormick onto the puck, sends it back. Amato on his backhand, bobbling with it. Perro there to disrupt the play. To Kristoff, who sends it all the way down.
You know, this penalty kill for NC State has been absolutely incredible. If they are able to kill this, would that be what? 1 of 7, 1 of 8?
One
for
of 8.
Elon on the power play.
Dynamite. Williamson across the blue line, drops it back. Kristoff was right there, disrupts the play. Connor McCormick digging for it. Sareth pulls it out. Here's a chance. Sareth ridden into the corner by Reed Farrat, forcing him to set up all the way across. Here's a chance. Tempesta shooting one. Blocker down. Rebound in the slot. Did it go in? Yes, it did. But the official has waved it off immediately. And this is going to be a fun one to sort out. There was no signal given as to why that's no goal. Unless that was kicked in, that looked like it was good.
I think it, honestly, from my point of view, Drew, I think it might have been kicked in by an Elon player. But
it was bouncing around in the goal crease. Matt Williamson is right there. I think you're right. I think they called him for kicking it in.
The thing is, though, I believe, I'm not sure what Elon player was. I think it was Williamson who was tangled up with an NC State player, and then he kind of just like an inadvertent kick into the net, and he thought it just gradually slid in there, but it was a bouncing puck, as you described.
Paul Cormier is going to ask about this. Sam Banishevitz will as well.
I do think it was kicked in, and if so, I believe that is completely the correct call. But after the play, Chris Wing was on top of the puck, so
it definitely went in the net.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I totally saw it go in the net.
Fisher was right on top of it. My vantage point was obstructed by Big John McDonald.
Yeah, it was pretty clear down there, right behind Calvin Stone, and he was diving for the puck until all of a sudden it seemed like it squirted in because it was gradually moving past the goal line, but I do believe it was kicked.
Stays at 3-2. Kugler sends it back down for Martins, back across the way. This time it's McDonald. Long shot through traffic, save, rebound, backhanded. Stone with a save, chance again, shot, and they scored! John McDonald ties it back up for the Phoenix 3-3.
And McDonald with just a great goal, moving Calvin Stone throughout the goal crease. And it stems from another undisciplined penalty from NC State. Eric Webb sent to the box for a bench minor. NC State continuing to find itself in these close games, and this one could have been prevented, Drew.
John McDonald with his 5th goal of the season. Comes 9:42 into the period. Chance again. Stone save, but he didn't see the puck on the rebound that skittered behind the net. Chance back in front. Stone is there, and he covers. McDonald, 5th goal of the season. I'm not sure if that will go down. Assisted off the rebound, and we'll get the assist for you as soon as they are relayed up to us. Back to square one. Knotted up again. Face off to the glove side of Calvin Stone. Elon, you got to credit them. They're fighting. Banishevitz off the draw. Could be a 2-on-1. Banishevitz walks in. Jimenez kicked it to his stick, but he kicked it too far. Back in front, Banishevitz, the backhand, he shovels it up into the meshing. I'm not sure if that puck was tipped. It didn't look like it. Banishevitz is saying the face-off should stay here. Colin Langham is saying the face-off should go back out to center.
And it'll stay.
And it'll stay down.
Yep. Correct call right there.
Tense moments here. What a way to end the regular season. Bieberdorf will take the draw. Banishevitz lined up directly behind him. Face-off is won by the Phoenix. Connerty to the puck. Sends it up a bouncer. Out to center. Sam Sareth. Here he goes across the blue line. Shooting one. Stone hacks the glove up. Makes the save but couldn't catch it. Amato sends it back toward the front. Taken back by the Wolfpack. Koeklenberg ahead for Banishevitz. He's one-on-one. The last guy backs Connerty. Banishevitz around him. Lost the puck. Sareth sends it right back up. Here goes Amato. He'll hold. Amato looking. Shooting one. Wide. Line is held for now. Dump back down low off the stick of Sareth. Weaver, one of the other seniors, sends it back up and ahead for Jimenez. Weaver, the oldest man on this NC State team. Sent up for Banishevitz now. Across for Bieberdorf. It's his turn, the Phoenix, Arizona native. On his backhand. Wraps it around the net to the front. One-timer. Langham kicks it aside. Jimenez on the doorstep. Elon can't clear. Here's a chance on the backhand. Langham with the leg pad, got a piece of it. Rolled around the kick plate. Valillo holds the line, walks in, slap shot, misses high. Jimenez tracks down the rolling puck, settles it at the blue line. Across, Valillo looks, shoots. Puck rolled around on his stick, he didn't get a lot on it. Jimenez essentially playing defense at this point, at center has it. Working on a 90-second shift now. Jimenez taken down from behind, looking for a penalty. He won't get one. Jimenez rolled right into the net. He is all over his man, and now we're going to see a penalty here. Back the other way. Chance walking in as Lowry had it and lost it. Covered up, and we'll see Luis Jimenez and Dmitry Markin battle it out. And I believe they're going to get Jimenez here for the penalty, despite the fact that Dmitry Markin had him pinned down wrestling style for about 5 seconds. Power play for the Elon Phoenix.
I am absolutely shocked that Dmitry Markin just was not called for that. I mean, he just basically just Jimenez give him a piggyback right there, Drew, down there in the low slot. There should have been a call there. A little confused why there wasn't, but they get Jimenez for the shot on Markin, and NC State finds itself in a critical situation once more.
Pippert's one-timer blocked. It was weak. Ice is looking a little bit rough. Martins across the ice again. Spinning puck. State has it. Alfonsetti across. Kinney, who's got two already. Here he goes. Digs. Score!
Oh, my stars, Drew. What? Ryan Kinney on the shorthanded opportunity. A hat trick for him. I'm speechless. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen, falling as he shoots it, glove side. That's a hat trick. The fans need to start throwing their hats. I mean, at this point, did you expect? Actually, I kind of expected it. I did say the minor guys for coming into play tonight, so that was just it was phenomenal.
Grab your popcorn. Ryan Kinney is putting on a show. A hat trick for the Matthews, North Carolina native. Penalty still goes as Pippert to the box for slashing. That's one of the new rules at all levels of hockey, that even though there's a goal scored on the play, the penalty will still count. So we'll go four-a-side for the next minute 12. Ryan Kinney.
He has grown this year in so many ways. And, I mean, it definitely starts, of course, with offense. The guy, his puck handling skills have improved. Usually he's just down there for the one-timer, but, the assists are piling up as well for him.
Absolutely unbelievable. We talk about number 2. Number 22 has been clutch as well, and right now he's given his team the lead at 4-3. Elon working in a 4-on-4 with a lot of ice. Sareth trading places here, looking north. Goes across for Williamson, touched along. Donato Tempesta holds, shoots one off of Stone's blocker and out of play. My, oh my. Fireworks all night long, both sides.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's been a great game, Drew. Just 8 minutes left in this contest. But we're finally seeing NC State put it together. I definitely think they need to harpen down and sharpen on that discipline. No more penalties like that. But they've been a bright spot this third period.
Wing collects the puck on the far side of the ice. He'll skate it up himself. Chris Wing, the junior defenseman. Around his man, shot off of the stick of Kleinert. This is Bieberdorf with it. Curls for Dan Weaver. He'll head down into the corner. Weaver, the senior, shoots one across the goal mouth harmlessly wide. Koeklenberg, using the big body, disrupts the play. He's got it. Gets around his own man, Weaver. Koeklenberg steering toward the front of the net. Loose puck, Bieberdorf. Rich shot over the crossbar. Banashevitz there. Backhand pass in front. A bouncer to the top for Weaver. Penalty coming to Elon. Shot off of his shin pad was blocked by Martins. Touched by McDonald. And NC State will go on a power play. And they're going to have 23 seconds of 5-on-3 as soon as Jimenez is let out of the box.
Couldn't see what the call was.
We'll get it right here. High sticking. It's going to go against Matt Martins.
Yeah, Martins, he's been, what's the box, almost 4 times tonight, it seems. Yeah, I didn't see. I think it was away from the play. But yeah, high sticking on Martins there. How many penalties is that? I think it's at least 3, Drew.
I'm looking at Martins. I'm tracking 2, 3 exactly. Actually, I take that back. It's 4 as well. He took the unsportsmanlike minor back in the first period off of the matching, so he's been in there a lot. Banashevitz up for Hudson now. 5-on-3 ensues. Jimenez is out. Shooting one. Langham hacks out the glove. Makes the save. Can't fault Colin Langham. He's played an excellent hockey game. But Ryan Kinney has had his number.
Yeah, he's just had a better one, to be honest.
Elon clears. That might do it for the 5-on-3, and that'll help the case of the Phoenix getting down into the twilight of their season if they can't come up with something in the next 7 minutes. Banashevitz got behind everybody, but a good back-checking effort by McDonald. Shoots this one up off of Jimenez's stick. It's high. He'll hover over the puck. Alfonsetti's going to touch it so that Elon doesn't have any chance to break the other way. Face-off stays in neutral ice. 6:50 to go in regulation. Ryan Kinney with a pair in the third period has given NC State a 4-3 lead. Young man's doing work.
We've been blessed with these last couple of games, Drew. I mean, I feel like every time NC State comes out on the ice, we're in for a show.
Well, certainly Mike Gazzillo would like to be able to keep his blood pressure down in the tournament. Turned over, slap shot just wide. Calvin Stone nearly had a gaff for the ages on the giveaway. Picked back up here by NC State. Jimenez on his backhand. Looking up ice. Cross-ice pass blocked down off of the backside of Amato. Picked back up. Banashevitz has it. Left wing side to Alfonsetti. Walks in. Shoots wide. Looking far side. Misses. Hudson sends it across now for Jimenez on his backhand at the blue line. Gets around Amato. Across, far out, shooting one. Kicked aside by Langham. Sareth off with the rebound. He's got Amato there with him. 2-on-2 as they head the other way. Sareth brings it ahead himself. Shoots one on to Calvin Stone. Save made. Rebound collected by Hudson. All the way up the ice. Banashevitz right there. Good body positioning by Elon's defenseman, Will Swain. Far out with the puck at center. Crosses the blue line. Drops it back for Jimenez. All the way across to Banashevitz. He bobbled it. Spun back toward the net. Langham was down and ready for it. Jimenez collects the puck at the blue line. Sends it all the way across to Chris Wing. Catches the pass. Wrist shot toward the net, blocked down, rebound. Banashevitz has it across for Alfonzetti. Looking, spins one back to the net, right into the crest of the Phoenix on Langham's uniform. No rebound. 5:24 to go, third period, as we head down the stretch in Raleigh.
You know, it's kind of been a recurring theme tonight that NC State has had good opportunities, and there was one once again with Jimenez to the pass, just bounces right off. I could think of maybe that has had a lot of bad luck.
Copelandberg up for Ryan Kinney, who's had the hot hand. He loses it all the way back down for Kugler. Sent right back ahead. Dimitri Markin crossing the blue line. Backhand pass across. Taken down on the play was Matt Martins. No call. And now we are going to see a penalty touched along by State. This is going to go against Elon. And I believe we just saw a player given the boot.
Yep, and that was Markin.
Was it Markin or Martins?
I think it was
misconduct. I don't know if our camera caught it, but it was Martins who was just given the misconduct.
And Markin will be sent to the box, too.
Markin's going to serve the 2 of this 2 and 10.
Wow.
I believe. And now he's gone. Matt Martins will take the early shower for slamming the penalty box door.
Huh. I thought he'd already been tossed, but...
Nope, he was just given the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So Martins will take an early shower with 4:56 to go in the third period as he heads off the ice into the locker room fairly peacefully. Fair amount of Elon fans who are here, and they shielded him as he headed down into the dressing room. And now we are going to see the officials discuss here with Markin and I believe McDonald. And now, check this out.
It looks like Martin's down there.
Martins went right into the crowd and just shotgunned himself a beverage.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of beverage there, but it looked pretty tasteful.
I've never seen that. Martins headed right off the ice, didn't even get to the locker room.
You know, what a game, Drew. It just has it all. You know, interaction with the fans. You know, couldn't ask for more on your senior night, right?
Absolutely insane.
Hopefully comes out and, you know, parties with us later, I guess.
Martins has to go to the dressing room by ACHA rules. And now the officials are discussing with Paul Cormier. This is going to be 5-on-4. You've been given a treat here on senior night. Can tell you that. Face-off one here, and I believe instead they've gotten 5-on-5. Just a misconduct penalty given and slammed down by Langham. So just to refresh your memory in all of that, as I'll try to sort out the confusion, it was just the game misconduct penalty that was given, which would have been a 10-minute penalty had the penalty box door not been slammed. So a game misconduct penalty. Fairly rare at this level for something like that. Will Bieberdorf has it, lost it. We're going to see a penalty called here. And I believe this is going to go against the Wolfpack.
Nope.
No, they're going to get Waitchen instead for the cross-check. And Drugan is hunched over here. I think that wasn't necessarily the result of the cross-check he took in the back. It was more of the falling over afterwards. Mike Gazzillo will check with Owen Drugan. Those two have an interesting relationship between coach and player. Both are avid NFL fans. Mike Gazzillo, a big fan of the New York Giants. However, Owen Drugan, New York Jets. Flown all the way back down to start the penalty kill. Cross-checking to Drew Waitchen. 4:25 to go in regulation as NC State will try to put this game on ice. Jimenez sends it on 2 as they cross the blue line. Banashevitz walks in, shoots, just wide of the glove side of Langham. Hudson sends it down low. Avoiding a hit was Alfonzetti to Jimenez. Loses it, flown all the way ahead. Sarah to the races, but Calvin Stone is out of his crease. Intercepted, they scored! We're tied! Calvin Stone turned it over, and Sam Sarah puts it in! Unbelievable, Nick Sinopoulos!
That is just some bad luck right there. I mean, Calvin Stone does the right thing, comes out to play it and send it out, to one of his Wolfpack players, and it just goes right into the chest.
Sam Sareth with
so
number
bad.
20 on the season. 16:02 into the period. And we're back to square one. Short-handed tally, and State's got to find a little bit of Wolfpack magic. Alfonsetti brings it across the line. Banishevitz, Hudson, Jimenez, and Farad join him on the power play unit. Minute to go in the man advantage. Pass to the slot, blocked down, rebound chance. Banishevitz holds, shoots, denied. It was blocked off by, I believe, Pippert. Jimenez holds it to Farad. Across the ice, Davis Hudson sends it down off the skirting of the net. Matt Williamson to the loose puck and shoots it all the way down the rink. All the way back behind the goal line. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage for the Wolfpack. Luis Jimenez comes across center, crossing the blue line. Into the corner. Trying to spin one back to the front. Banishevitz picks it up. Goes across for Jimenez. Stations himself on the left side of the ice. Across for Hudson. He'll hold and look. Back across the ice for Jimenez. Into the front. Blocked down off of his skate. I believe it was Pippert who got in the way. Pass through the slot harmlessly. Nobody was there. 15 seconds to go on the power play for the Wolfpack. Jimenez sidesteps Tempesta. Here's a shot from Hudson. Easily stopped by Langham, and he covers the rebound. 8 seconds to go in the power play for the Wolfpack. 2:41 to go in regulation. And just as soon as these fans were about to erupt and celebrate a senior night victory, it all goes sour.
Yeah, if you're an NC State fan, you're a little worried about this team's persistence. I mean, they had a good lead. They've established their dominance, but they haven't been able to close this one out.
Penalty killed as Ryan Kinney spins it for Drugan across. Bieberdorf shoots one blocker to side. And now we're going to see another penalty here. This is going to go against the Wolfpack. Kinney right on top of his man as they cross the line. Touching the puck here will be Kinney. He's crushed. And now takes a shot at the back of one of the Phoenix players. And Elon is going to get a chance to take the lead on a man advantage here. Ryan Kinney takes a seat for interference. 2:19 on the game clock. 2 minutes to Ryan Kinney.
NC State's penalty kill has been tremendous this season and incredible in tonight's contest, and they're going to have to ask a little bit more of that for the rest of this, for the rest of regulation at least.
Timeout called by the Elon Phoenix. This game has a lot more at stake for Elon than it does for NC State. The Wolfpack are in the playoffs. They know their opponent. It's just a matter if they're going to be the 4 seed or the 5 seed. A win and you get to wear black. A loss, you'll wear white. For the Elon Phoenix, a win today means it all comes down to the last day of regular season play in the ACCHL tomorrow. They'll host Wake Forest, and Duke will play Carolina. Elon would need a win and a Carolina loss to make the playoffs as the 7 seed. What a way to go out here on senior night.
You know, I love these close games, Drew, but I hate them as well. I'm just trying to, pack up the bags and go home, not only because, NC State should have had this one in hand, but because I'm starving. I haven't had dinner, man. I'm trying to get some cookout. I'm hungry. I'm starving, dude.
I'll make you a deal. I'll join you.
Yeah, sounds good. Those after every game we get like a tradition. Go out to eat. Especially on road games. But it'll have to wait a little longer, it seems.
Nick Sinopoli with the humor to cut the tension. Sam Banishevitz starts the penalty kill off nicely, as Elon will have to go 200 feet. Sareth touches along for Waitgen. He's met there by Tyler Alfonsetti, brought ahead by Dimitri Markin. Markin controlling, walks in. Alfonsetti got him from behind, knocked the puck free, but Elon will maintain possession. Good safety valve play here by McDonald. He goes to Sareth in spades. Sareth looking, shooting, scores! Sam Sareth gives the Phoenix the lead! 5-4 for Elon! Can you believe believe that?
You know, Drew, we saw a similar thing last year with the Wolfpack where it seemed like they were on a hot streak, and then that last league game of the season, they go out and lay an egg. And I don't think NC State has laid an egg in this contest. I think it draws parallels to last season because it was kind of a high-scoring affair, and NC State found ways to just shoot themselves in the foot, and we find them down for the first time in this contest, 5-4.
Sam Sareth, the one man you could not leave open, and they did. And now a minute 40 to go in regulation. We will keep an eye on Calvin Stone. Mike Gazzillo likes to pull his goaltender late compared to other coaches. In front, Banishevich shoots one, Langham with a save, and the rebound is covered. And now it might be appropriate for a timeout to be called by Mike Gazzillo. 89 seconds to go in the regular season for the NC State Wolfpack. They need a goal to extend it 5 minutes longer. And NC State will call their timeout. Now the officials are motioning over here toward Dimitri Markin as
Because they got too many guys on the ice, Drew.
they do. They're trying to figure out if the whistle had blown here. Sam Banishevitz is smashing his fingers into his palm, trying to call timeout. He does. So that will nullify any illegal change by the Phoenix. 89 seconds. One team is going to secure their 12th win. Right now, Sam Sareth would be the biggest man on campus in Elon, North Carolina.
You know, just what a turn of events. NC State has dominated this game, and time and time again, they find ways to shoot themselves in the foot. And it's just ridiculous, Drew. I mean, this is one of the most talented teams in the ACCHL when they can put it together. And, like, I don't know where this puts this team because I liked how they've been playing as of late, and it seems like this is just a big step back.
We haven't seen a third-period wheels fall off the wagon moment in quite some time.
It's been the exact opposite for this team this season. They thrive in the third period even.
Ryan Kinney had 2, Sam Sareth had 2, and it all adds up to Elon having one more. Timeout is concluded. Banishevitz, Alfonsetti, Jimenez, Farhat, Hudson. Face-off 1-4. Langham pounces on top of it. Only a second rolls off the clock. Calvin Stone standing top of the face-off circle. We'll let you know when he goes. Face-off won by the Phoenix. Into Williamson skates. Alfonsetti is right there, dispossesses him. To the top. Reed Farhat at the blue line. Sends a wrist shot. Blocked. He's got his own rebound. Calvin Stone forced to retreat. Markin diving all over the ice. Puck back out to center. Minute 10 to go in regulation. Jimenez dumps it into the zone. Langham will chase. Stone still stationed at the top of the face-off circle. He'll go as Farhat. Takes the puck at the blue line. Tries to send it down low once again. Jimenez sweeps it toward the front. Intercepted. 50 seconds to go in regulation. Into the corner. Alfonsetti pulled off the puck to Hayden Lowry. He banks it out to center. Reed Farhat will chase it down. 40 seconds to go. He'll be pressured by Lowry. Back up toward Hudson. Jimenez takes it for NC State. Snap pass for Banishevitz. Crossing the blue line. Finds Ryan Kinney, who loses the puck. Banishevitz pressures. Up for Sam Sareth, though. This could do it. Farhat with a good play. 30 seconds to go in regulation. Banishevitz at the red line. Loses it to Connor McCormick. Shoots it off of a skate. Sareth takes it. Dispossessed at the last moment. 20 seconds to go in regulation. Sareth will kill the time to Hayden Lowry. In front it won't go. 10 seconds remaining. One last rush for the Wolfpack. Alfonsetti tripped up. We'll see a penalty called here if the clock runs. Here's a pass across. Jimenez on the backhand. Rebound. Save made. Chance again. Poke free. Penalty called.
There's about 3 tripping/slashing penalties on that last possession, but NC State just had a couple of good looks right there, but you got 4.7 seconds left, and it's going to be a close one. This is a huge disappointment for the Wolfpack.
Connor McCormick to the box. State needs a clean face-off win, 1 pass and a shot. Face-off is a jam play. Elon's got it. Into the corner it goes. The Elon Phoenix have survived. They upset the Wolfpack on senior night.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And perhaps you can give an extra punctuation to the E for Elon. The Phoenix have not won in Raleigh in a very, very, very long time, as in before the Mike Gazzillo years. But the Elon Phoenix are going to play for tomorrow, and look out, Demon Deacons. The Phoenix will have something to play for as the NC State Wolfpack fall 5-4 to Elon tonight.
You know, great effort by the Phoenix. Congrats to them. But this game will go down as missed opportunity after missed opportunity for the NC State Wolfpack. Not the way they wanted to end this season, their regular season, mind you. But, you know, a lot of unfortunate errors, you know, pucks bouncing off your stick. You know, one-timers just not going. You know, breakaways by Sam Banashevitz just not been able to go. And that's a part of the game. NC State should have been – NC State was heavily favored in this contest, Drew. And I hate to see it for these guys, to see them go out like this on senior night. It's crushing me just to watch it. But you've got to hope they'll remember this come next week, because you just don't want to go out go out to the season with an effort like that.
It's a tough one to swallow for the NC State Wolfpack as the Elon Phoenix spoil senior night. The final from Raleigh, the Elon Phoenix 5 and the NC State Wolfpack 4. Do not turn that TV channel. We'll be right back with post-game interviews and analysis. The final score from Raleigh, the Elon Phoenix 5, the NC State Wolfpack 4. Post-game follows on PackTV. Drew Blevins alongside Nick Sinopoli. And Nick, this one stings. This one's a tough way to go out on senior night. You blow a 1-goal lead with under 3 minutes to go, and Calvin Stone doesn't need to be reminded of the fact that
That turnover is going to be the singular focal point of every highlight reel from here on out. And Sam Sereth isn't the guy you want to turn the puck over to. Tough penalty for Ryan Kennedy to take. Sam Sereth gets free again. And that's a guy with pinpoint accuracy, finds the back of the net. And NC State, despite their best efforts, really never got a great chance to score once again. But this is one you should have won and didn't, and this is not the note you want to head into the ACCHL tournament on.
Oh, not at all. It's a similar theme to what we saw last season as NC State fell to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons by a score of 8-7 tonight. Of course, it was 5-4 to the Elon Phoenix. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to end your season like this, especially on senior night. You want to send your seniors home with some great memories from their senior season, and this one's got to sting. Especially if you're Calvin Stone. The film's going to look like honestly he blew the game, and I'm comfortable saying that, to be honest. I mean, it shouldn't have came down to this point. Let me say that. But, it's just crushing when you see that happen to a goalie. It's just unfortunate. We were talking during the break. You've had plays like that. You got to shake those off. But it's definitely crushing the momentum for Calvin Stone and this team. It's hard to watch, as a commentator, as an analyst of the game, because that's just crushing out there. But it shouldn't have came down to that, and it's disappointing.
And I think the worst part is State could not send Danny Fredenberg off with a win. They lost 3-2 to Duke. That goal came in the last 7 minutes of the hockey game. Here you've got 4 seniors who are going out. Mitch Gallagher is expected to be back next year, but you're going to lose Dan Weaver. You're going to lose Calvin Stone, and you're going to lose Reed Farad as well. And for the senior goaltender to have that kind of third period, that's how he's going to end his home career. And it's so unfortunate to have that happen, but I think there is some silver lining to this, and this may just be me trying to inject something hopeful into this. Yeah. You're going to get to turn around and play on Friday, and you're going to remember what happened out there. The Elon Phoenix now could very well knock North Carolina out of the playoffs. They beat Wake Forest. Duke beats Carolina. They're in the 7th position. But for NC State, you're going to go in. You're going to be the 5 seed, lowest that you've ever entered the tournament under Mike Gazzillo. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to have to play a Charlotte team that's played you close. And this is a 49ers team that's going to see everything on social media. They're going to see the highlight reel. They're going to watch the game, and they're going to go, this is a beatable hockey team, and we just got to find a way to do it. How in the world do you bottle all the emotion that inevitably will be in the locker room after this game and try to turn it into success on Friday?
You've got to turn this disappointment and just frustration into anger towards that next game, because we saw a team against UNC Wilmington that played angry that first period, and really throughout the hockey game. They played a complete game last weekend, and we talked that during breaks during that they played great. They played determined and angry hockey, and they need to get back to that, Drew, because it is paramount to this team that they play a full complete game. I think they played a decent game tonight. I think this game shouldn't have came down to a one-goal hockey game. You're gonna, at the end of the day, you're gonna think, well, that was Calvin Stone's fault. It's not all of his fault. I'm gonna go back on that. It shouldn't have happened this way. NC State should have came out and dominated this game, but we saw a third period collapse, which we haven't seen since that Duke game last semester, as our analysis, Madison Bell told us that Jack McDonald had an incredible game. Had 2 goals.
Had both of them.
Had both goals for the NC State Wolfpack, and then Duke comes back and wins 3-2. And it's a similar story tonight, as Ryan Kinney's hat trick is overshadowed by this crushing loss. But you've got to hope that this lights a fire under the Wolfpack, and they'll bring some more energy come Friday.
Well, and my major debate point at this point is going to be Calvin Stone was slated to be the starter on Friday against Charlotte, and he has just had the 49ers number every time he's played them this year. He's allowed 2 goals against him and 3 goals against him, which tremendous average, tremendous save percentage, and it's pretty much single-handedly earned NC State the extra point to get them into the tie situation all the way back in November. But at this point, after this one, do you start to look down the bench and go, there's a sophomore goaltender who's yearning to make a name for himself in the ACC tournament after what happened last year? Are you looking at Joey Hall to perhaps play Friday now?
In my opinion, yes, just because you've got to let Calvin shake this one off. There's some, questionable and just really tough moves he made, especially coming out and playing that puck Maybe should have gloved it. We won't know at this point. But if I'm head coach Mike Gazzillo, I would start Joey on Friday, and if they do advance to the next round, I'd definitely start Calvin. You've got to show confidence in your goaltending, and I think that'll definitely send a message to Calvin. I don't think they need to send a message necessarily for Friday. I think there's already been one with this loss. So if I'm the head coach, I'm definitely putting Hall in net Friday.
Well, we'll have the ACCHL tournament preview show coming up for you. That'll be up on our social media channels, YouTube and Vimeo, coming up on Wednesday. Nick, just a quick preview of the tournament as it stands right now because, pardon me, we're going to look at the seeding here. Virginia is going to be your top seed. Then you've got Wake Forest. And falling down the ladder now, George Washington is the winner of that Capital Division. They're going to lock up the 3rd seed. Charlotte's going to be number 4 now. NC State falls to 5. James Madison falls to 6. It'll either be North Carolina or Elon in the 7. St. Joe's in the 8. This is a tournament that's shaping up to be pretty much a free-for-all. I'm not looking at anybody to really be a true favorite, as we've seen Achilles' heels shown by every team, perhaps with the exception of Virginia, but they do have a tie on their resume. This is a tough spot for NC State to be because you're going to fall into the semifinal and your quarterfinal, pardon me, and look who your semifinal matchup could be if you go straight chalk now, and that would be the Virginia Cavaliers on a Saturday night in Charlottesville.
Yeah, what I make of this matchup is I definitely think the biggest game for the Wolfpack is going to be that first game because, we said earlier it's tough to beat the Charlotte 49ers 3 times in a season. They did do that last season, but this is, of course, it's just a different kind of team we've seen this season. NC State has battled throughout adversity this season, and, a little preview for the preview show. I think NC State has the momentum and has the I think they're going to play angry that Friday. This one's got to hurt, and I think they're going to be motivated come Friday. But this is a big one to get over. I know it's just Elon, and I know it's just a regular season matchup, but this one's crushing to NC State.
It feels like more.
It feels like a million. Yeah.
Well, coming up on the other side of this break, we'll have the head coach, Mike Gazzillo. We'll have our PackTV player of the game, Ryan Kinney, and hopefully we'll get to talk to a couple of the seniors as they make their way up out of the locker room. NC State falls tonight to the Elon Phoenix by a final count of 5-4. Post-game coverage continues after this. Our PackTV player of the game is Ryan Kinney, who channeled a little bit of Wolfpack magic tonight. Ryan, not one, not two, but three. Unfortunately, the hat trick's not quite enough, but still, what an excellent way to show out here at the end of the regular season. What was going through your mind, and when did you know that you had something special going?
I would say probably my first shift, right when I stepped out. Alfie gave me that nice pass, and I just put it in. I was like, well, maybe we got something going here. Yeah, like you said, unfortunately, the hat trick didn't close out the game for us, but it's just how it goes sometimes, I guess.
I mean, this is a tough loss to swallow. It is, at the end of the day, a regular season matchup, but how do you bottle the result of this game and try to turn it into something positive going into Friday's ACCHL tournament matchup?
I would say a lot of the things we did in this game, we just got to take them and then do the exact opposite for the actual tournament so we can win, you know?
That's very practical analysis. You're turning into quite the forward. Double-digit goal season for you already as you acquire number 10, 11, and 12 tonight. What's it like to have a sophomore season as strong as this one heading into being an upperclassman next year?
It's a great feeling. I can attribute a lot to it just working out in the off-season over the summer and stuff. I gained like 30 pounds of muscle. I'm just trying to use it out there, and I can attribute a lot to it to my line mates also, who are just working hard with me.
Now, this is a 5 seed going into the ACC tournament. The last time a 5 seed won the tournament was North Carolina back in 2015. Do you think that this team has the weapons to be able to go pull off pretty much the unthinkable and win the ACC tournament as a 5?
I think we definitely have the tools. We just have to use them because we played in the Liberty tournament. We played against Louisville, which is an amazing team compared to all these other teams we're playing in the tournament. We just have to, like I said, use the tools that we have and we'll come out on top.
Final question here on senior night. You got 4 guys who are seniors. 3 of them will be leaving, potentially a 4th. Any final messages for all of those guys, the seniors on this team?
I love you guys. Best of luck.
Ryan, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's our PackTV player of the game, Ryan Kinney. More interviews and post-game analysis to follow. This is PackTV. Tough ending to senior night for the 4 seniors who took the ice for the NC State Wolfpack as the Elon Phoenix get the job done 5-4 against the Wolfpack tonight. These guys are our auxiliary stars of the game, our seniors starting all the way down here with Dan Weaver, Mitchell Gallagher, Reed Farrott, and Calvin Stone. We'll start all the way down here with Dan, who played for this team quite a while ago, rejoins the squad this year. It's a tough ending, but what's it like to have so many memories with this NC State hockey team?
Well, it's just a good group of guys here, and I've had a lot of fun this season. It's just a tough way to end it, but we still got a few more games left to go. Just got to put it behind us.
Mitchell Gallagher is one of the Canadians on the team. Mitchell has been the subject of many interviews here. Mitch, tough ending, but again, a lot of positives to take away from this team, and you're not done yet. You've got games coming up in the tournament. How much are you looking forward to try to exact some revenge on Friday night against Charlotte?
It's going to feel great when we do it because we've lost the tournament like 3 times in a row or something like that. So we need to finally win this thing. Yeah, that's it.
Reed Farrott, defenseman. Reed, we haven't actually got to talk to you a lot, but you've had an excellent season back there on the blue line, continually improving with the breakout passes up there on the top defensive pairing with Chris Wing. What's it been like to work through the season with these guys this year?
You know, this has been one of my favorite seasons here at State. Of course, they were all great, and tough ending, but I'm just glad it worked out the way it did up until now, and I hope we do well in the tournament.
Calvin Stone has been the story of resiliency, lost last year to the ACL injury, but has come back with absolute vengeance. Has the most wins for any goaltender on the team so far this year. Calvin, it's a tough result here tonight, but overall, personal congratulations on an excellent return season. You've been one of the best comeback players that we've seen. What's it been like to work back through and get back to your proper form this year?
Well, you know, it's been a lot of fun coming back and just, you know, playing as hard as I possibly can, and actually we're getting to the postseason tournament, so that's a good result.
We'll head right down the line, and we'll get to ask the seniors one more time. Any final messages, any favorite memories that they want to share? Final minutes of FaceTime for most of you guys, so any final words as we send you off?
Let's see. Let me think. A lot of huge saves I had. It was pretty fun. Yeah, no, it was. We had a lot of great times, but I'd have to say winning against UNCW twice was pretty great.
Most certainly, that's winning against your old school. Reed, favorite memory, any final words?
It's got to be that PNC game we played last time. That was the best senior night I think we've had in a while. So, yeah, it's a great time. And, of course, my 4 years here were great.
Mitch, favorite memory, any final words?
Coming back against Louisville was pretty cool, and all the parties have been cool. So come to Ice Pack, we have great parties. Like, and that's it.
Dan, round us out.
We've had some pretty good games, and they've been a good time, but mostly just hang out with the guys. Those are the best memories.
Well, those are your 4 seniors here from the NC State Wolfpack hockey team. On the other side of the break, we'll have the head coach, Mike Gazzillo, for the final time of the regular season right here at the Iceplex. Stay tuned. This is PackTV. We welcome you back to the Iceplex. Drew Blevins alongside the head coach, the man behind the mustache, Mike Gazzillo. Coach, this isn't the ideal way you want to go out in the regular season. I think that goes without saying, but right now, what's going through your mind?
We need to get it together before we go to Charlottesville next weekend. That's bottom line. Can't come out and do this and expect to be successful. And it shows. And, you know, I mean, we know what we can do. There's the same guys that played Louisville and played Virginia Tech, right? So it's just like I told them, and sometimes it's like coaching might hockey. You might show up and you might not. It's up to them. So, I mean, they're a good bunch. This was a tough one, but we move on and can't lose a game twice, right? So let's just keep going.
When you look at the way this game progressed, you had the lead in the third and then got it back on the Kinney goal. Was there any particular area of breakdown that you thought was, that's the area that really cost us this one?
I think there's just a lot of times where we had opportunities to shoot and we're not taking those shots. You know, and then we're taking ourselves from a good scoring position and putting ourselves in a bad scoring position. And you know, you don't know if you're going to possibly score because we're not pulling the trigger. And, you know, hey, guys, don't let them get behind you. Don't let them get behind you. And we let them get behind us. So, you know, these are fundamental things, but we just got to tighten them up.
I mean, there is a blessing in disguise here. For the most part, you're healthy going into the ACCHL tournament for the first time in a while. You've got the top line intact. You've got everybody back. Even after a result like this, are you confident that this is a team that could end up bringing home the ACCHL Admirals Cup?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely think we have a good shot at it. We have as good a shot as everybody going into that tournament. And, you know, it's just, are they able to put it behind them and move forward? And if they're able to do that, then we're going to be fine. I'm not really concerned about it.
When you look at the way Calvin Stone played, it's a wheels fall off the wagon moment with the turnover. Is this still the starting goaltender that you're going to go with on Friday?
That decision really hasn't been made, and it has nothing to do with that. It just, you know, we figure we'll make that decision after the weekend. I'll talk to Jeff and Alex on Tuesday, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. You know, it was a mistake, but you know, mistakes happen. We all make them, and you know, that's it. You learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then it's a problem. If you do learn from it, you know, again, you move on. So it is what it is.
It's a bitter pill to swallow tonight, but you do still have 4 seniors on that team and a team manager who will be leaving you quite soon, but right after the tournament, in fact. Any final words for all those seniors?
I mean, they're all great guys. You know, I mean, they've all got bright futures ahead of them and everything. And, I mean, it's been great, you know, getting to know them. And, you know, Dan, you know, only got to know him a little bit this year. But, you know, whatever. You ask him to play D, yeah, no problem. You ask him to, you know, play forward, yeah, no problem. He sits a little bit, never says a word. You know, he's good in the locker room with the guys, from what I understand. Obviously, he's older than everybody, but you know, the guys don't, you know, treat him any different. And like I said, it's a good bunch. We're definitely going to miss him. And you know, what I tell the guys every year at the tournament: play for your seniors, and I hope the guys, the underclassmen, play for these guys. You know, they deserve it.
Coach, it's a tough loss to swallow tonight, but we will see you on Friday night, NC State Charlotte, ACCHL quarterfinal. Thanks for your time.
So I got to do one more of these with you?
Let's hope you're doing 3 more. Let's hope you're doing 3.
Well, at the end, right? I mean, this is the senior night for you?
It is.
I appreciate everything you've done for us. I guess I'm going to be nice for a few minutes, right? We've had some good times, right? We've even had some good blooper reels and stuff like that. So it's been good. I'll definitely miss you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Coach, thanks so much.
No problem, buddy.
Nick Sinopoli and I will wrap things up here from the Iceplex for the final time in this regular season following this short break. This is NC State Hockey on PackTV, bringing you into the Pack. I saw my first college hockey game in 2002 at Phillips Arena. The Atlanta Thrashers had just defeated the New York Islanders, and following the conclusion of that game, the Duke Blue Devils were hosted by the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Little did I know that that would only be my first encounter with the ACCHL. And now, I come before you one last time here at the Iceplex. It's not technically my final time being on air, but it is my last time here, the place that I've called my second home for the past 4 years. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the many, many people that have made what at one point was just an 8-year-old boy's dream to come true. To all of my producers, BJ Atarian, Hal Meeks, and Chuck Givens, thank you all for the opportunity. I hope at some point I have made you proud, and I hope that I have been able to do this job to the best of my ability. To all of those who are behind the set on camera, Madison Bell, Rachel Queen, Austin Hogston, Brett Galt, Sam LaFell, Montana Hollifield, Mandy Butchke, Meg Quinn, Megan Glova, the list goes on and on and on. Thank you all so very, very much for putting up with a couple of my antics and always bringing your best to the set day in, day out. To the directors that I've worked with, James Thomas, Logan Sims, and Ethan Berry. Without you guys, none of this production is possible. While we're the faces on air, the work you do back behind the camera and back behind the computer screen is very, very, very well received. We thank you so much for giving your best effort, and I thank you for being true friends throughout this 4-year journey. To the guys who have stood next to me, Chris Lehman, Brett Galt, Andrew Schnitker, Ben Hefner, and of course, Nick Sinopoli. All of you guys have been wonderful, wonderful friends, and I hope never to lose contact with all of you. It's been so much fun to go on journeys, on road trips, and come to home games and be able to work with all of you. Thank you so very, very much for all the wonderful memories. And as you all, I'm sure by this time well know, you're looking at the next voice of NC State hockey right here. And Nick, I'm sure I turn it over to excellent and outstanding hands in the broadcasting field. And I'm very, very anxiously awaiting the time where I get to watch a PackTV production with Nick Sinopoli on air. To my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my dog, my grandmother, who has since passed away, my grandfather, aunt, uncle, and all my extended family, thank you so, so much for all of your love and support. Without that, this entire journey would mean absolutely nothing. And finally, perhaps most importantly, to all of you, the fans, thank you so very, very much for watching. It's been my honor and privilege to come before you every winter weekend since 2013, and it's been such a fun ride. And I certainly hope that this is not the last time I come into your living room from across the lens, and I hope we get to see each other sometime soon. Nick, it's been an excellent season. It's been so much fun working with you. Why don't you send us home?
Well, thank you very much, Drew. First of all, thanks for all the great memories. I know we still got some to make next week. I got some big shoes to fill, guys. Bear with me the first couple games. Got a couple more training sessions to do probably before the end of the season. But, Drew, I honestly think you should send us out one more time.
For the final time, here from the Iceplex. For PackTV, Nick Sinopoli, our crew, Ethan Berry, Madison Bell, and Rachel Queen, I'm Drew Blevins. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night, and God bless.